I will do. I'm just checking that this is working first. I think it is. Yeah, it's up and working. Yeah, it's up and working. Okay. Yeah, it's up and working. Da 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 da. What? So, as broadcaster, I don't really do anything, I just kind of sit there. I just sit there. What? Long Beach, California. God knows. Grand Prix of Long Beach is an IndyCar series race held on a street circuit, Long Beach, California. The first race was 1975. Most win is AI. Oh. Current lap record is held by Helio Castroneves in 106.2. Do they have names? Please tell me they have names of corners. They do. Bridgestone, Toyota Corner,
Hello.
Pine Avenue, Seaside Way, Firestone Turn, Indy Left, Shoeline Drive.
Knowing the corner name?
Yeah, there's not many.
Yes, you are, G. It's ready to go, yeah.
It's also 3.1 kilometers long.
The separation of talent
And skill is one of the greatest misunderstood concepts.
God, Long Beach had so many different configurations. Oh yeah, I forgot about
Am
him.
I doing cameras and Kelly's gonna watch my share play?
Yeah, boy. Is he online? Yes, he is. Right. Add players. This is approved by Kurt. I am allowed to add Kelly KLF 900 into the biggest chungers. Approved. Granted. Yeah.
Shit, 6 likes already on the stream. That's alright. I actually did it with 24 hours to spare this time. Something I don't usually do. Usually I schedule it like 5 minutes before we're set to go live. Kelly?
Give him a minute. He's trying to figure out how to put his mic headset in.
Oh well, have you started streaming?
I'm gonna put it on Instagram right now.
I wonder what song is going to come on first today. No, it's always a different song. Yeah, it's always different. Oh, is this fun? Hey.
You're such a dick, Daniel.
What? What? What's wrong, Dad?
What the fuck is it now? There we go. There we go.
Why am I a dick?
No,
Why
I was
are you
going to
a dick?
say,
'Cause I
why
was-
isn't the like preview of the video showing? But it is.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone?
Hey.
Good, good. Marvelous. Hi. Crazy.
Well, that one's good.
Series? I can't spell series. Ah, fuck it. Championship. We are about to go live at Long Beach for the GTE US Championship.
Who's going to introduce Dan? Are you?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Sweet.
I've been. Right, go, what?
How am I viewing this one?
Share play.
We might have a spot in the lobby, we're not sure. If we actually, no, there's no way. There's no chance. Full. Alright, fair enough. We might as well go early, G. Should we do a 15-minute practice instead of a 10? We might as well, we've got nothing actually all here, there's no point in waiting around.
Well, we've been doing everything on time every time, so... Besides, I'm busy doing other things.
Nice.
Yeah, true, no, if we're not ready then we should wait.
I'm doing other things at the minute. Besides, I'm not broadcaster and Andy's not director.
That's a good point then.
Who is director?
Me! Oh no,
Who's
Andy is.
me?
Andy's director, I'm broadcaster. I get a new role today.
Broadcaster.
It's my first time broadcasting.
Snazzy pictures.
So basically all that means is I do basically nothing.
You get to just sit there doing fuck all, going on and on about what's in front of you.
By the way, we're live on my stream,
Same as
so...
normal.
Please unlist it then. Oh, you don't have to, but it would be appreciated.
So,
I don't know how to do it, to be fair.
You're watching Dan's stream, stop being a dosser, get off of his YouTube channel and watch it on Motive.
anybody watching downstream, we apologise for the language. Other shit channels are available.
Namely Motive Racing. Head to www.motiveracing.com, join the YouTube channel, check out the Discord.
You are so corporate, Andy, it's unbelievable.
Oh my god, there's 10 people watching my stream.
I'm a walking, talking PR machine, Kelly.
You certainly are. You certainly are. So, how do I end up in this share play thing? Where am I supposed to be being somewhere?
Or Andy's meant
so
to be
I'm
sending
going
you
to be
something.
share playing you. You'll be able to see exactly what I'm seeing. Probably give or take a second after I see it.
Right, you are.
More or less live.
So you're going to send me an invite of some description, are you?
Yeah, let me sort you out with that now.
Okie dokie.
How the hell do I make it unlisted? I'm doing it on my phone.
We'll see if we get any more viewers today. I did a bit of social mediaing on my own pages today. So we'll probably have less people than normal, actually.
You know what's weird is that whenever I share it on Facebook, we seem to get less viewers. And whenever I don't do it on Facebook, we get more. I don't know why. Obviously, it means not. I mean, you can't lose viewers by sharing it on Facebook, so it's obviously just a coincidence. But
Well, we'll see. We'll see tonight. As I said, I've shared it across. I've got about 4 different pages, and I've shared it across all of them. So, we'll see.
yeah. Looking to welcome people in their hordes today, then.
In their hordes, either that or we'll be owing viewers. I don't know. Can you have minus viewers?
I'll just be on Discord, on various Discord servers, just saying, please come and watch us. Did you get that, Kelly? That's the share play.
No, I haven't had anything yet.
Have you got your notifications?
I'm on my notifications. I haven't had a.
Go to
Share play.
party. You want to go on PlayStation menu. Go to the party bit.
Yep.
And then you should have an option at the top. It should say Andy C, and that should have an option to join share play.
Join share play. Okay.
We won't be able to control.
And now you can see what I'm seeing. In a second, you'll be able to see. There you go. You should be able to see my screen.
Yep. I've got you now.
Oh, Andy,
Lovely,
you're watching porn?
Yeah, I was actually. I was having a wank before we started. I've always got to have a pre-race wank every single time. It's a tradition.
Oh, I didn't
That's why
realise
you sound
you're
so
in-
professional. Yeah,
I
mine's
didn't realise
mine's still unlisted, not listed.
God's sake, Dan. You're killing me. You're killing me.
It's just
My
'cause
reputation is... my already terrible reputation is only getting worse.
It is after I've seen the porn you're watching.
Is it more of that
I didn't
prolapse
really-
stuff?
Prolapse? Anal.
Prolapse. Fucking hell.
Anal prolapse.
Oh man, no one knows. No one wants to know what I. No one wants to see my search history. Fuck. It's
I
terrible.
didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
My head's a mess, man. Honestly. Don't even read it.
G, let me know when we're doing the intro.
Who's leading?
Me.
You are excellent. You played pundit, Andy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back up. Martin
You're
Brundle today.
You're gonna be Ted Kravitz. We'll throw to you, and you'll give us some interesting information.
Yeah, you'll be Martin Brundle. I'll be Ted Kravitz, and Dan's Crofty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
This isn't gonna work out well, by the way. You know I'm gonna be doing my talking at the start of the race.
Oh, you two be fighting over the corporate stuff, won't you?
Yeah, I guarantee after the feature race, Andy's going to be talking.
Yeah, no. For the first lap, it's going to be me talking non-stop, and then after that, I'll let you lead. After that, I'll be like, right, now Dan's taking over.
I can't help myself.
I've got to just talk about this. There's something going on in front of me. Look at that! There's a big crash there. There's an enormous accident there coming through the roundabout. I can't even know the corner name. It's called the Bounty, but I call it the roundabout. No, not at all. I would never assume that these motive racing drivers and the GTEs would crash into each other. Never in a million years.
Surely not.
Nah, it's not like weird. Texas where they crashed after 100 metres.
Right, so I'm definitely leading, yeah?
Turn that music off. You can introduce, like, I can't promise anything. I'm probably going to be better
Andy,
stop in the race.
Andy, do me a favour. Just shut up for a minute.
Alright. You kick off.
Sit down and relax, alright?
You start.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Long Beach here. We are racing in the GTEs, the US Championships. I've now decided to call it because every single round we go into is based here in the USA. I am Dan Davis, your lead commentator here this evening, and I got two very special guests here this evening. I have Andy, as always, in the commentary box with myself, and also Kelly Davis. Boys, how are we doing this evening?
It's great to be here. Thank you, Dan. Looking forward to this one. First race in the GTEs that I've actually been able to commentate on this season, so I'm really stoked to see how these guys get on, and we're here in the beautiful Long Beach here in Los Angeles. Should be an absolutely great night of racing.
Yes, and myself, I'm glad to be here. Looking forward to this race. Long Beach, one of my personal favourites. I think it's going to throw up some action this evening, don't you, boys?
Oh, for sure, definitely. Long Beach is definitely one of the drivers' favourite. I know multiple drivers in the championship love it at Long Beach, and majority of the season we will be returning to Long Beach in many disciplines. The GT5s will be coming back here. I'm pretty sure there's a couple other championships that will be coming to Long Beach also, but it's definitely a racer's street circuit, and I know majority of the drivers here do enjoy it. I don't know about you guys, but I thoroughly enjoy this circuit.
Yeah, it's uncompromising, this track. There really is no room for error. The walls do come up incredibly quickly, so these guys are going to have to be on it from the moment that they get out onto the track, and especially the race starts. The first lap has the potential to be chaotic, but I just hope that these GT drivers here at Motive are able to handle that pressure of obviously being in a confined space at the beginning of the race. It's not going to be easy, but I'm really stoked to see how they handle it at the beginning of this race.
Yes, indeed. Just to echo what you guys have said, really, it's a bit of a driver's track. There's walls all around, as you can see. So we shouldn't have too many problems with people going off track too much, because that ain't going to happen. Obviously, like Monaco, it's a street circuit based at Long Beach in Los Angeles, just 30 minutes from LAX airport, if you any of you guys fancy going there, which might be a little bit tricky right now, but big IndyCar circuit, this one. We'll get into some facts and stuff a bit later on. One of you guys going to tell us about the format tonight for those new people who are watching?
Well, I'll quickly run through the format, and I believe Andy will run through the driver order as he is director. So this evening, tonight, right now we have a 10-minute practice session for the drivers. They're just tweaking and making adjustments to their car, and then they'll go into a sprint race, but with a reverse grid, championship style. So if you're leading the championship, you will be starting at the back, and so on and so forth. Then they'll have a break and go into a qualifying session, a 15-minute qualifying session, with no adjustments to that, and then they go into a feature race for a long race with a mandatory pit stop. And Andy is now going to run us through the order of drivers on the grid.
So starting on pole for this sprint race here is going to be just Jose. He's still yet to get any points on the board. He hasn't been present for the first couple of rounds. I believe he did turn up last week at Watkins Glen but didn't finish the races, so he's going to be leading us away for this sprint race on the formation lap as well. Leon Fernie will be lining up alongside him on the front row, also making his first appearance here in the GTEs this season. Behind them, we're going to have DJ Phil and Amazing Pie Boy in third and fourth. Phil with the best finish of 9th so far in this GTE season. We'll be wanting to, I'm sure, improve on that a little bit. And Amazing Pie Boy starting on something in fourth. Best finish of P7, which was in the sprint race last week at Watkins Glen. Excellent job there from Amazing Pie Boy. In fact, there he is on the track right now, just going through the middle section of the lap, driving in that board. Also P5 in the sprint order is going to be Zande. Zande got involved in a couple of incidents in the first week at Texas where we were all scratching our heads a bit and wondering whether he was going to be keeping it clean this season, but last time out he was alright, so it looks like it was just a bit of a blip there for Zande. Also his best finish of the season was a 7th at Texas in the feature race. 6th on the grid is going to be Fury CBK. Fury comes into this one having had a slightly slow start to the season. We know he's got the pace in these GTEs, but it hasn't really gone where he would have liked it to. A couple of 12th place finishes in 11th, and then in the middle of all that, a P4 in the sprint race last week. So showing that he's able to deliver at times, but he just needs to get it really dialed in. 6th on the grid for him. Smoky Devil and Rompu are going to be lining up on row 4. Smoky Devil, best finish of this season so far was a 6th place last week at Watkins Glen in the feature race. He's still yet to do a lap time at the moment, still sat in the pits, so he's maybe not getting his tyres warmed up at this point. Rompu sat in 8th in the sprint order. His best finish is currently a 6th place in last week's sprint race. Then we're going to have Rompu lining up in 9th on this grid. 8th place on the grid. Oakbar currently will be sitting in... Hold on. Lost the order here, sorry guys. Yeah, Oakbar will be lining up in 9th place on the grid. The Flying Dutchman, our regular across the board in the GTEs throughout the last few seasons here at Motive Racing, also our Formula Renault League coordinator as well. So he's had some good finishes in the GTEs over the course of the last few seasons. I'm sure we'll be seeing him up there or thereabouts tonight. Xmart, who's made a flying start to his GTE career here at Motive Racing. Guys, I want to get your opinion on Xmart in a bit, but he's made a fly because he actually is racing in the GTEs for the first time this season. He'll be lining up in 10th place. Emo Guy in 11th spot on the grid, our steward and lead coordinator for the GT5. So looks like he's 2/10 up on his personal best. I think he's lagging a little bit tonight. Not ideal for him. 11th on the grid is going to be Dwayne Bot. Dwayne Bot's made a flyer at the start to this one. He's currently sat on provisional pole in this practice session as well. So excellent stuff there from Dwayne Bot. Cinderella Tour running up in 12th on the grid. Currently sat in 3rd in this practice session. And the only G leads this championship. But Cinderella Tour has really put in a fantastic start to this season. He had a good start last season as well. He got pole position at Dubai in the first race, but wasn't able to capitalise on that due to a crash on the formation. That no fault of his own in that scenario. But Cinderella Tour, I'm sure will be looking to take this fight to G in the championship. Only 20 points behind. You get 35 for a win, 2 races per round, so 70 points on the table per round. 20 points is not a whole lot, to be honest with you. But this man, the only G, the 2-time champion of this GT division here at Motive Racing, currently sat at top of the championship standings and looking to regain the title which he lost last season to Flaky. Flaky obviously looking out of this season. He was already losing the championship after the first couple of rounds to the only G, but G has since been left out in front quite considerably with Flaky's absence from the championship. So that is currently the order at the moment for the grid for the sprint race. The only G leading this championship though, and boys, what do we reckon about the only G making his way back through this pack in this sprint race? It's going to be a tough one.
Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it indeed. G has been the man just recently, as you say, 2 times champion in this discipline, did you say, Andy?
2-time champion, lost it last season.
Right. So yeah, I mean, he's been everything I've watched. He's been pretty epic. So I look forward to him coming through the pack for sure. Cinderella Tour's been hot over the last couple of weeks as well, and Emo Guy Ian's been having a good run of luck just recently. So a few guys in the frame for this one, but it's going to be difficult to discount G for this one.
I just want to say, we got a couple of new drivers in as well as part of the reserves. We've got Swiftmaster and Cobb who have entered into the championship as well. And I just want to make a comment on Cobb because he's currently in the Tier 2 GT3 championship, and he has currently won all rounds of the GT3s. So this guy is not a slouch in the GT category. So I'll be interested to keep an eye out on Cobb and see what kind of upsets he can bring to this championship. But like you guys said, the only G and Emo Guy and Cinderella Tour are going to be the obvious options of who we think are going to have the opportunity to win. But Fury, I'm going to back my my teammate up in Simplay. I think he's going to give it a good shot in for the sprint race as he'll be starting near the front of the grid.
We'll certainly find out soon enough, Daniel, that's for certain sure, as we come to the end of free practice. This Long Beach circuit, as we've said, is a regular favourite with a lot of guys. The layout that we got at the moment is the current, I was going to say GP layout, it's not the GP layout, it's the kart layout, because Formula 1 hasn't been here for quite some time, but that would be great if Formula 1 did come back here. That would be amazing. But this current layout is the current kart layout. There was a bigger loop which went uphill, up round the top of the hill and came back down again, a much bigger loop which was fun to drive, which I remember on previous racing games. But this layout that we got's fun, so good night's racing coming ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. With Dwayne Bob taking the fastest lap time in that practice session there. The man who comes into this third in the championship, 28 points behind the championship leader, the only G. So that was absolutely fantastic job there from Dwayne Bob in that practice session. Really is seeming to get to grips with these GTEs this season. He is really, it's been a baptism of fire for this man. He took a P2 last week in the feature race at Watkins Glen. Took his first win of the GTEs here at Motive last season in the feature race, or I think it might be in the sprint race actually at Daytona Road Course. So Dwayne Bob, we know that he's capable of putting it on the top spot, and he's been consistently putting in the performances over the course of this season. He's currently the fastest man in this practice session, so we'll be having to keep an eye on him. But we're going to have a formation lap here, guys. We're not going to be going straight to the race. These guys will be pulling off very slowly off of their grid slots, and then we will be getting into order based on the reverse championship standings. So that is going to be the order that we see coming out onto this formation lap. But this is anybody's race with the guys who haven't had the greatest of rounds over the first couple of races. They're going to be starting at the front. We'll be able to see what these guys can really do. Less than a minute left to go until the beginning of this formation lap. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you see here on the Motive Racing channel, be sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe, and if you want to get involved in the on-track action, then go to www.motiveracing.com. Get yourselves involved on the track, or indeed just get on the YouTube channel, checking us out. It's giving us the support and love, and your comments all mean the world to us. So keep them coming in as the stream goes on.
While we're in this break at the minute, Andy, I'm going to have a quick look at the comments. And we have Smurfy here saying good evening and good luck to all. We also have Nikki, Team ProLapse in the house, and for Exmar, they're here to support their driver. Fury's granddad, good evening all, Team Fury in the house. We've got Kelly Davis obviously commentating as well and doing a little welcome everyone. We got Elliot here saying good evening. Emo Guys had time to just drop a message saying good luck everyone, it's going to be a tough one tonight. Fury also dropping a message, I still hold that V6 McGann win close to my heart. So he took a win here at Long Beach, so he has good pace around here, so hopefully Fury can keep that up. But as we can see, the drivers are now getting themselves into formation, and Just Jose doesn't want to pull away too far because he will lose the rest of the pack, but hopefully these guys can get themselves in order. Guys, before we get going, let me get your prediction on who you think is going to win here this evening. Andy.
For me, I think Dwayne Bot's going to be a dark horse for this one. I know he took the win last season at Daytona Road Course, and he's looking very quick in these practice sessions. He's starting a couple of places ahead of the only G. He's still going to make his way back through the pack, but for me, Dwayne Bot, I'm going to go for him.
Kelly?
The only G. I was going to say Cinderella Tour because he's been driving really, really well, but my money's on G.
And I'm gonna throw this out as we got a couple of new guys. I'm gonna say just Jose. He's got good pace, and he's currently sat on pole, and it's going to be very difficult for these guys to get past. But let's see things. We are in order. The guys are sorting them out pretty quickly. We currently got 20 people watching the stream right now, so please hit that like button. We've only got 14 likes. Let's get that up to 20. But these guys are all set up and ready to go to put on a great show for you here tonight at Long Beach here on Motive.
Yeah, we can't wait for this one. Just Jose, as you said there, Dan. He's starting on pole position, and he is the man currently leading the F1 Championship over on F1 2020 after 2 rounds. He took first and a second in the first 2 rounds. That's 1 hour apart with that last lap move on green pies. Last time out came second to green pies. They were still having a great battle in that championship. But yeah, we know just Jose's got the pace across the board, not just here on Project Cars 2. So we're looking forward to seeing whether or not he's got the practice in over the course of this week. But we are moments away here, ladies and gentlemen, from the start of the sprint race. It's round 3 of the GTE Championship for Season 6 here at Motive Racing. Just Jose will dictate his pace as he comes out of the last corner, and once he puts his foot to the floor, we will be green flag. And it looks like he's backing the pack up a little bit, taking his merry time. I think he's
We've lost a few. Okbar's dropped off. He's 5 seconds back.
Yeah, somebody's letting the side down here. So just Jose's just backing up the pack a little bit. He can't put his foot down until everyone's out of the last corner. He's got to wait until Cobb has pulled out of
we're good to go by the looks of things.
Well, unfortunately, some of the packs got left behind, but it looks like we are green. We are racing here at Long Beach, and you see there we've got Zande already attacking to the inside here on Amazing Pieboy who can't through turn 1. Coming up towards turn 2, this tight 90-degree left hand, and what's going to happen here on the brakes? You see there DJ Phil holding on for P3, and it looks like there's a big back in the rear there from Amazing Pieboy onto DJ Phil, but Zande's up into 4th place there. You see that's already Rompu attacking here on Amazing Pieboy here. Okbar looks like he's running in P8, and
Okbar's in the wall.
He's hit the tyres coming up towards the fountain, and it looks like he's going to have to let the whole pack go past, and Okbar is already down to the back of the field before the race has even really got properly underway. But Leon Fernie stopped in P2 just behind just Jose. Looks like just Jose's already put a huge gap between himself and the rest of the guys out on track so far. There is Zande trying to fend off Fury up a little to the inside. The Corvette almost takes the back of the Ford there, but it looks like he just about keeps it out of harm's way for the time being. There is Rompu. Looks like he's just behind these guys, trying to fend off X-Bar and Amazing Pieboy at the moment, but Amazing Pieboy didn't get a great start because his race has dropped down to 7th place already here. Dwayne got already up into 8th place. What a start there from Dwayne. He got Cinderella Tour following through as well. Emo completing the top 10 for Riffmeister, the only G, not the greatest start to the race. He would have liked Cobb, Okbar and DJ Phil running at the back of the field.
And breathe, Andy, and breathe.
Yes,
he's probably running for it.
Brilliant job, Andy, that you did at the beginning of the race. Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to do that, would you, Dan?
Emo guy's making a move.
Zande's up the inside of X-Mart there, up into P. So yeah, you're right. Hema guy looking at the inside of X-Mart, but X-Mart's still
X-Mart's had a flyer. Team Pro Labs driver, he's absolute flyer start. He's up into 3rd place. Emo guy's come with him, and so has Cinderella Tour. The man that that Kelly was going to back up, Cinderella Tour is now up into 5th place, but the only G is stuck in traffic right now, and he's stuck behind some good drivers. He's stuck behind Rompu and Cobb, but currently right now Just Jose is still pulling away. We got all sorts of chaos into the mountain. Emo guy's facing the wrong way, X-Mar's facing the wrong way, Dwayne Pot, all of them just caught up in that accident.
Somebody's retired from the race.
Absolute chaos as we cut to that. I saw someone up on the roundabout, if you want to call it, the corner that looks like a roundabout. There was someone up on top of that. I thought they were going to jump straight over it. We get absolute chaos in the midfield at the moment. And yeah.
So I got one through. He looks like he almost tagged him in the back there, but he's chatted back out on that one. And Okbar actually does punt him into the wall there. So Okbar's going to have to back out on that surely and let Ron through pass. That's going to allow X-Mart up into P9, but X-Mart getting really compromised by that little scuffle coming into the fountain.
Yes, indeed, and it was quite a scuffle. So Cinderella Tour in 2nd place, as I should have put my money there, shouldn't I? Really, never been much of a betting man myself. So I'm going to apologise to G now if it will go terribly wrong. But Cinderella Tour up into 2nd. The guys beginning to sort themselves out a bit and get into a bit of a routine. no doubt there's going to be plenty more action throughout the race because it's just that type of track, really.
Yeah, Just Jose is still way out in front at the minute. He's currently made an 11-second gap to Cinderella Tour with all the chaos going on, but Cinderella Tour has done a fantastic job to get through the pack as quickly as can, while G is currently still in the midst of it, so Cinderella Tour is in the box seat. Cobb has done a fantastic job. He was pretty much dead last when he started this race, and he's already up into 4th place. I already said that he was a good GT driver, and he's already proven himself here with the 4th place, and Duane Pop also getting through the pack. But Fury, DJ Phil, and Amazing Pie Boy are the massive losers out of that one, losing out big time in that incident.
But as you know, Daniel, this is a street circuit and anything can happen, and probably will. We've seen that it all gets messed up really quick and you can get turned around really fast. I'm waiting to pick a shot of when we come out onto the back straight. There's a couple of tyres just there, just in the background you see now. That corner of tyres. Oh, somebody going really wide. Who was that?
Oh, Swiftmaster, he got well out of shape. That's Emo guy up in 7th place. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kelly. Those drivers are going to be, if you get a little bit of understeer coming through that corner, it causes you to go into panic mode because you instantly think those tyres are on the left-hand side and you know of that threat they pose to you. So Swiftmaster there was just, I think, getting a little bit panicky as he felt the car drifting over to the left-hand side, wrestled the car back onto the track, but he got a little bit out of shape in doing so. That's PA.
Yes, he could have been an awful lot worse. Those tyres there are an absolute pain, and nobody ever seems to move them. They always seem to be there. So when you go into that corner, all those people who've driven this track, you find that as the car starts to understeer, you just look at those tyres and think that's where we're ending up. So we could see it happen, and if you do that in the midfield, you're going to have people behind you. You're going to have quite a crash, quite a roadblock. So look out for that as the race goes on. As we're on board with G now, who's he following?
Zande, he's giving Zande a lot of pressure down the back straight and towards the corner with the tyres. As you were saying, Kelly, yeah, this is a really tricky section for them to get right, and G is all over the back of that Ford GT right now and hounding him through that corner into the hairpin. We tried the outside. He's going for the switchback. He just makes slight contact with it, but he doesn't quite get the run. But just noticing here on the time sheets that Cinderella Tour has actually picked up a time penalty. I don't know how long the time penalty is, but he's definitely got a red mark there. He's got to try and extend the gap between Duane Pop. Duane Pop was the fastest man the previous lap, but at the minute Just Jose is pumping in the lap. So 1:16.3 at the minute. He's way out in front with a 12-second gap.
Yes, indeed, Dan. Your predictions are coming right on this one. If he goes on and wins this, I'll give you a couple of lottery numbers so you can run down the post office for me tomorrow.
I'm not very good with the lottery. We do that at work, and we always seem to lose. So don't bet me on the lottery.
Well, that's why we're all sitting here commentating on this, isn't it? Because we haven't won the lottery and we're not driving real Ferraris.
Well, at the minute we've currently got 24 people watching the stream and we've only got 15 likes. What are you guys doing? Come on, hit that like button and give us support to these drivers. It's difficult here this evening to race at Long Beach, and these guys are putting on a heck of a show for you right now as we're watching Exmart hounding the back of Swiftmaster. Team Prolapse attacking Swiftmaster right now and come down that back straight and into the tricky section of Firestone Corner. Oh, Duane Pop's gone wide.
There's Zande's into the wall. That's Zande in all sorts.
Sorry, Zande, that's what I meant.
Yeah, he keeps getting a little bit deep into that section, and now he has got Swiftmeister looking to his outside, but Swiftmeister can't get anything done. He goes wide into the barrier, and that's definitely going to compromise him on the exit. So Zande weathering that storm just for the time being. Is Export close enough to Swiftmeister? No, he's not. He's not going to get away going into turn one. Rompu and Ugbar are currently fighting over B10. Well, it looks like actually Rompu's pulled out a bit to Ugbar in that little exchange. But Zande getting away with that one. It looked like he was going to... Oh, no, he hasn't! Because he's lost it on the exit coming into the fountain.
So Swiftmeister.
Swiftmeister got caught up in that as well. So I don't know if Swiftmeister ran into Zande, but it looks like both of those guys ran into problems. But in the end, it looked like they stayed as they were because no one had anywhere to go. So Exmart not able to get past Zande. It looked like he was really out of shape. You can see there the damage to that Ford is very clear. And Ugbar is getting wide out into almost into the barriers. Now he's got Swiftmeister looking to his inside, but Swiftmeister can't get that one back off of Ugbar.
This is a great track, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a fantastic track,
boys.
Such close racing as well, and we now can see that we've got Exmart here trying to defend from Rompu. Rompu looking to the outside, coming into this really horrible understeering right-hander with the tyres on the exit. And we see there X-Mark going a little bit deep into the corner, very running into the barrier. Oakbar hits the barriers. Swiftmaster looking to the outside now. He can't get around him though. The track's so narrow, and despite all the mistakes that we're seeing, people aren't able to make the most of it. And Zande's into the wall. Zande's facing the wrong way, and Oakbar and Spliffmeister both getting caught up in that one, and Fury's now joining this party as well. There's a pile-up coming down the front the last time. That was all stemmed from Zande getting out of shape into the barriers, and he's now been overtaken by Spliffmeister and Oakbar. Fury gets through into 9th place, but Rompu's still on the back of X-Mart in the battle for 7th and 8th here, guys.
Exactly what I was saying about this track. It's so narrow, so tight. Somebody spins it round like that, it makes trouble for everyone. I mean, you saw there. I mean, Fury probably what did he make? 3 places there with all those incidents going on. So it can still, as I said, this track can throw up these kind of incidents really, really quickly. And it can all change really quickly.
Swiftmeister's got ahead of Fury into the barriers there. You saw just a bit of snap oversteer. He tried to correct it, flashed the lights there for Fury. Swiftmeister's got back ahead of him up into 9th place. Oakbar's now re-pressuring.
Whoever was in Rompu went straight on, did he? In front of the thing, I didn't quite see that.
Yeah, Oakbar just lost the place to Fury. Oakbar went deep into the corner.
Yeah, went deep into that corner.
I just wanted
on board now with Oakbar, who's chasing. We're chasing Fury again, aren't we? And it's going to this. This is a tricky little corner. This one as well. It comes right round 180 degrees. If you go offline, it's very, very slippery, and then this hairpin again is very, very tight. There is an overtaking opportunity on that hairpin, but you do have to kind of time it exactly right with the switchback, so you can get a good run down this long straight now. I say straight, it's got a curve in it, but it's flat scat all the way through. As you come across to the right hand side and brake as late as you dare to pick your apex for turn 1. As we come into the roundabout section now, all tight, complex this, walls each side. Again, you hit that curve there, you end up on 2 wheels and all over the place.
I just want to note, guys, the only G is caught right up onto the back of Cobb and is really hounding him right now. So G is finally starting to make some progress, but he's going to find that these next 4 drivers are going to be very difficult to get past. Cobb seems to have very good pace in that Corvette as he goes a little bit wide, but he gets to drive out the corner. So from now on, G is going to be finding it very difficult to make his way through the pack. So at the minute, 5th is about as best as he can do, and he's got 6.5 minutes still left of this session. But amazing action all the way up and down the grid here this evening, guys.
Yeah, Dwayne's closed on to the back of Cinderella Tour now. Cinderella Tour has picked up a penalty. You'll be able to see the red spot next to his name, P2. Sorry, Kelly, I'll let you say what you're going to say there.
Sorry, Andy, I've thought against it since, so I don't know.
well, Dwayne's really pulled up on Cinderella Tour's into the barriers. He loses his front bumper there. He's round, and that's Dwayne Bop up into P2. He's putting the pressure on him really colossally, and Cinderella Tour just maybe losing his concentration a little bit. G is up into 3rd place, onto the podium. So the championship leader here having a good round in this sprint race. Has made great progress through the field. You see there, Emo guy just running into the barriers a little bit in the background. His front bonnet is absolutely gone, and he's got into he's lagging everywhere. He's lagging all over the place in the middle of his Emo guy. We'll go back to this panel here because G has got Cinderella Tour trying to come back at him as he comes in towards the final sector there. Cinderella Tour looking to the inside. Final sector in the mirrors. G's not having any of that though. He's absolutely completely oblivious, or just he's not ambivalent to that one.
If that's the word. Yeah, G up into 3rd, never counts him out. He's 15 seconds off the lead. Only takes a couple of mistakes in the leader, and he'll be right back on it. Emo Guy's Ferrari looks to be the most beaten car you have ever seen. There is hardly a straight panel on the car. He is, as you said, lagging out, so it's hard to go on board with him. But
I think he's disconnected. Yeah,
has he? He looked like he was having big troubles with that connection, that's for certain sure. And as I said, the car itself, there wasn't a lot left of it, to be fair.
Yeah, just having a look through the comments right now. We got a couple of comments here. Flying Dutchman, that's a supporter there for Ugbah. That's Luna Hughes there for him. We got Ben Parkey, all your prolapse are belonging to us. And Nikki saying it's a prolapse thing. We got Rob in here going, go Dwayne Pop. And we got Victor saying woohoo. And obviously he's liked, or he or she, I'm guessing the he, has liked the video, and please Can the rest of the people who are watching, the 25 people who are currently watching the stream, hit that like button? These guys are putting on a fantastic show for you tonight here this evening at Long Beach. And we're currently watching Duane Pop, who is having a solid race here at the minute. He's sitting in second place. He doesn't seem to be catching just Jose. Jose's managed to maintain that gap of 10 seconds, but the Only G is now up into third place with his championship rival right behind him of the Cinderella Tour.
Yeah, crucially also he's going to gain points. Well, not gain points, but he's going to minimise the loss to Duane Bop because he's only one place behind him. 30 points for second and 27 for third. So at the moment, G will only lose 3 points to Duane Bop, which isn't too bad when you consider the start that Duane Bop had. And we see there G having a bit of bother with the back marker there of Zande. Zande really taking his merry time about getting out of the way, and Cinderella Tour has to squeeze through the gap as well. So Zande causing a bit of obstruction here in the final few minutes of this sprint race.
I'm not sure what he's doing. He's going very slow, and it just seems to be a mobile chicane. It's very questionable driving right now from Zande. There's no damage on, so I'm not sure why he is driving so slowly, but
unless he went and made this, unless he went, no, he wouldn't have done. I was going to say unless he switched to some sort of auto driver, the mistake I made last night in touring car, but he would need to have pitted for that, wouldn't he? So that wouldn't have been the problem. So yeah, hard to know. They're all kind of spaced out a little bit at the moment. No really close battles on track right at the moment as we go into the last few minutes of this race.
I'm just looking at the comments here. Ian's just commented in the stream. I said, did you disconnect? And he says he has disconnected. So the game has lagged out for him and he's missed out here in the sprint race. Sorry, Kelly, just had to get that in as he's dropped a message in.
Absolutely, and we've dropped a couple of people watching at the moment. Don't forget to do the likes thing, because there's nothing these guys like more than is you guys liking this this stream. So make sure you do that before the end. Sorry, I was juggling with 3 or 4 things there at the moment. I was trying to look at me. Still out in front is just what's it called? Just Jose.
Just Jose.
It's not just Jose then.
Or I call him Jose. I think
I called him just Jose. The reason for that is because I feel like he's done his name purposely to be alliterated. So I don't
think like that. I can't think like that.
It defeats the object if you say just Jose. It's going to be just Jose. That's how I see it. But I don't know.
Well, I know a guy with the same name who's called Jose. So maybe just Jose doesn't sound quite so good, does it? Maybe we'll get some confirmation on how he likes it pronounced. I don't know if any of the guys know him.
I've been told by the Only G that it's just Jose, so I'm just been going by that. But either way,
what? I'm going to call him JJ.
Or JJ, or Just.
Yeah, JJ's a good one. JJ's good. Or JJX even.
JJX? That sounds cool, doesn't it? That sounds like a really good motocross bike or something like that. I'll have a JJX.
Or it sounds like an airport in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. LAX is just up the road from this this track, as I said earlier. So JJX, you've just flown in from JJX.
Just looking at the comments here, Nikki is just saying how great the commentary is tonight, guys, and we are putting on the show just for you guys in the comments, so all is appreciated here. But also we got Rob here saying, come on Duane Pop, get your foot down lad and get near the front if you can, but it's going to be a hard feat as Just Jose is exiting the final corner. I think we're going to get one more lap here at Long Beach for this sprint race.
Maybe so. Sorry, go on.
G's still closing in on Duane Bop at the moment. You can see gap between those two now down at under 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds. They come around and start the last lap. He's currently lapping about 2 seconds quicker than Duane Bop. So could G potentially get the position done on his championship rival here, get ahead of both Duane and Cinderella Tour before we get to the checkered flag here? With G the world of good in the championship standings for sure.
Where's he going to do it, do you reckon? He's obviously not going to do it into one.
The final hairpin, I would say.
It's going to be last corner, isn't it?
Yeah, that's to be the end of the lap because he's not going to be... Oh, having said that, he's closed right up onto the back of him here. The Only G's had an absolute flyer in the first section. We see him really get it nailed down around the fountain section, and it is now hammer time for the Only G. Can he get this position done on Duane Bop?
Is he going to try it there?
He's got some traffic here, which will play into his hands a little bit because now Duane Bop has got to negotiate this before G has. He's going to be the dummy.
Zande getting in the way.
He's in the back of Zande, and now G's up into second place. And G, no, he's not. It's only getting through there, just about holding on. But G is really on the rear end of him now as these guys come down the back straight for the final time. G's going to have the inside line come into this right-hander at the end of the straight. They're side by side here. This is it. G's got it done on the inside, but Johnny Bob's holding it around the outside. He doesn't over the line. Still side by side. G trying to squeeze Dwayne Bob out, but Dwayne holding on his line there. G's going to be pushed out. I think Dwayne Bob is going to have this one done as they come out of the last corner. Bit of a switch there from Dwayne under acceleration. It looks like G's going to get him. G's going to drag him to the line and take P2 here in this race. What a fantastic battle between those two. The only G just taps Dwayne Bob right at the end there. Right back to on the last lap.
More importantly, the win of the race, Just Jose takes the win with a massive advantage in the end, 7 seconds ahead. And guys, my prediction was right, wasn't it? Come on.
Well, Daniel, you've got to win some days, haven't you?
You've got to win some days, and for me, JJ has done it for me tonight. So JJ takes the race win here in the sprint race. The only G takes second. Dwayne Pop in third. These two put on a fantastic end to the race, and Cinderella Tour in the top 4. But absolutely brilliant, guys. I thoroughly loved that, didn't you?
Absolutely, Daniel. I got to say respect to Dwayne Pop because that was a great half lap. The only G is a formidable racer, and I take my hat off to Dwayne Pop. That was good racing. Good racing.
Yeah, that was really enjoyable, and also, lads, we did a great job on the predictions because I went for Dwayne Bob, who was third. Kelly went for G, who came second, and Dan, you got the winner. So we're pretty much top tipsters at this game.
Yeah, Lottery Syndicate. That's
what
we need.
We're getting better at this. I think we need to work as a group. When we're on our own, it doesn't seem to work, but when we're as a 3, it works perfectly. But I just want to make a comment as well. The only G did a 1:15.6, so he takes the fastest lap of the race here tonight, and that's a quick lap time as well in these cars. So the only G doing it when he needs to. But we're going to take a little break right now. We'll be right back for the qualifying session for the GTEs. So stay tuned and hit that like button and subscribe. But for a minute, we're just going to take a little break. But we'll see you in a minute.
Jeez, that was good.
That was sick. We got so many people watching then. That was unreal. We're
27.
I saw 28 at one point.
Yeah, I think we got up that way. Yeah.
What's the most that you guys have had so far this season?
25?
20. Yeah, 20. I don't think I've seen more than 20, but yeah.
I think 25 when we were in the midst of that like crazy wet race.
Yeah.
Emo Guy and Amazing Pie Boy both disconnected.
Yeah,
but we had a full grid. I don't know.
What was he doing? Yeah.
He's a nutcase. He keeps doing this shit, man. It's a joke.
Can you not reprimand him?
We need to give him a penalty or something because he's not doing anything majorly wrong, but he's just doing loads of stupid little dumb shit.
That was he was definitely hindering the racing on a circuit like this. If you're not going to race, then get out, retire. You know. But even if he put the AI in, I don't know. Yeah, and then he eventually disconnected. Amazing Pie Boy disconnected as well.
Yeah. Emo Guys, Ian's lagging was terrible. He'd be on the right side of the track, they'd be on the left all of a sudden. It would just, all over the shop. It's hard to follow, isn't it, if you're behind it? Alright, okay. See, flying in the air is a much cleaner way to overtake. Oh dear. So, well, they're back in now, aren't they?
So in the comments it says, not just Jose has commented, my name is...
Jose.
Or Jose.
Jose or Jose, yeah.
So the name is pronounced just Jose, I'm guessing.
Jose. Well, we don't know. There's 3 pronunciations of that name.
But he
does like...
But I love JJ.
JJ. So JJ it is.
Right.
It will be for me anyway. I like
me.
JJX actually.
Well, he's JJ either way.
Yeah.
No, that was
We'll keep him
awesome.
as
We got
JJ.
loads of views, loads of comments. Great racing. Yeah.
It's difficult in these GTEs because they're so loose off the line. They're very tail happy. It's
And
not
Long
easy.
Beach is tight.
Yeah.
But no, other than that, great racing. Good
Yeah, it was.
entertainment.
And to be fair, that's what we want, isn't it? Do you know what I mean, to put a show on, you know?
Other than
you want-
Zande and Emo's little incident with the internet, I think it was fairly. I think it was fine.
Yeah.
It was, everyone else was driving hard. I don't know what happened with most of the crashes. To be fair, by the time we changed to them, there was all sorts of chaos going on.
So difficult to follow, isn't it? Because you can only have one view.
Right. How many laps is it?
Yeah. So.
Overcast. Oh no, I'm looking at someone else. So it is.
Mandatory pit stop, yeah.
Yeah. What's the pit window,
Long
G?
pit lane as well, isn't it?
Lap 10.
I don't know.
Well, at least he
Him
told
and
you.
I don't know. Little Leech is quite. I don't know. I don't think he's like his brother.
Little Leech is very unlike Gary. Yeah, I was going to say Little Leech is actually kind of like quite a laid-back, humble type
Yeah.
of guy. He's very unlike his brother. Gary's kinda like
I
a
think
bit
he
of a-
genuinely might have work on that one.
Little Leech
What
is
do you-
very different from Gary. Very different.
Just very quickly, what do you guys think of Jamie Brazier?
What about him?
Well, what do you think
He's
of
a
him? Is he
little
alright?
bit. He's a little bit dodgy on track. He's quick, and he knows how to be clean. But there are little moments where he like.
Sketchy
Yeah.
moments.
He's sketchy moments, but he's clean more or less. He's just sketchy moments. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been messaging me all day about Snetterton.
Yeah.
What about him?
Weirdly. Well, that he's been there a lot of times, and when I need fun fact,
Oh, he's basically telling you information that he's been there loads of times. I'm guessing.
yeah.
He's alright guy. It's mainly for sim play, innit? So you kind of have to big them up anyway. You don't have to as much on ours, but on theirs you definitely have to.
Yeah.
15-minute qualifying session, isn't it?
Yeah.
Too much wheel spin on
He
exit,
just
didn't
dropped it on that on the hairpin, didn't he? That he would have got you. He would have been stayed in front of you if he didn't lose the arse end on that on the last hairpin. He was driving well actually, or it looked like it to us.
No worries. Fury says Zande and Leon Fernie got in the way so much that race.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dad. Who's directing? You, Andy?
Yeah, I'm on the cameras. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll send you a new one now, Kelly.
I know.
Yeah, they're normally quite tail happy.
I don't know, I like cars that turn in easily as well. So you can
I like cars that behave themselves.
You can do something about it, whereas if it's understeer, you have to fight it. It wants to be overworked. If it's oversteer, you can counter it. You can just tame it.
Yes. I like oversteer on the road, understeer on the track. Yeah, I'm on.
Am I leading again?
Can we do at some point, Andy, can we do an on-board lap? Full lap?
Yeah, sure. Who do you want to do it with?
I don't mind.
Jozo, if you won the race.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Long Beach and Motive Racing. We are currently watching the guys do a qualifying session here in the GTEs, and we just seen Just Jose take a race win in the sprint race. But we have an interesting race here for the feature race. We have about 31 laps of the Long Beach circuit, and this will be a long, hard race for these guys. Don't you agree, guys?
Yeah, 30 so laps, I believe, for the feature race. Mandatory pit stop. Long pit lane here at Long Beach is almost just as you come out of the last corner. You have to turn immediately right. It's a very tight entry into the pit lane, and then the pit lane runs almost the whole length of the start-finish straight. Very long pit lane here at Long Beach.
Absolutely. We're just going to. So just Joe's going to the pits. That's maybe really no idea there of doing an onboard lap, Kelly.
Yeah. Well, we can pick someone else if we could.
Yeah, let's jump on board with Bob and see what he's doing. Actually, he's just coming up towards the end of his current lap.
He's coming up to Firestone Corner.
He sat in P1 in this session. Bob is the man who's taken 2 wins from 2 so far in Tier 2 of the GT3s. Now, obviously for the GTEs here on Monday night, due to it being a weekday night, there's not as much interest for this one. There's only one tier. But this man in Tier 2 of the GT3s has currently set the world alight over the first couple of rounds, and he's really making the most of his chance in a top tier here at Motive Racing at the moment. Currently he's at the top of the qualifying session. Let's ride on board with him as he comes up towards turn 2 here.
Turn 1 indeed. Turn in, try and touch the apex, stay out of the wall on the right hand side. Brake hard now, a little left, then immediately right round the roundabout, then into the left. Quick spurt. Don't touch that curb too much, it'll put you on 2 wheels. Quick spurt, right-hander, hit the curb a little bit, stay out of the wall on the left-hand side. Nail it down through here, hit the brakes, right about 300 mark. There you go, try and tuck it to the apex. Most of us miss it, I do miss it. Again, first little squirt here, this is the tricky one. Try and get the nose to tuck into the apex, stay off that tyre wall and off that wall as you go down this long straight. You need traction out that corner to give it the absolute best down this straight, absolutely flat scat. Brake as late as you dare, 300 marker, and keep it tucked to that inside because you'll run wide and into the tyres. Here comes 180 degree, it's really slippery on the outside, and the immediate hairpin, 180 degree. Try and get the best traction you can out of the last corner and nail it all the way down the first straight to try and get the best lap time you can. And with Cobb currently on a 1:16.2.
Beautiful lap,
1:15.7
absolutely
as he goes
brilliant.
I obviously talked him round it.
Yeah, yeah, he was listening to you on Vice there, Kevin. Brilliant stuff.
Wow, that was a beautiful lap from Cobb.
He was skimming those walls. He was right on the edge, on the ragged edge of that car.
That's how you do a lap around in Long Beach in a Corvette. Wow, that is unbelievable. And he's still going quicker. He's found 500s in that first sector already, and he's just gone wide.
Oh,
after
that
amazing lap. But
yeah.
he's really put a stonker down. But the man at the minute who's a bit surprising is Fury at the minute. He's currently done a 1:16.5 and second fastest at the minute in that Corvette. So Fury finding pace. As I'm looking at the comments, and Nicky's saying, Andy, what is your prediction for this race?
My prediction for this race, I reckon that G's going to take the win. Because we saw in the sprint race, the way he was going back through the pack, he started right in the rear of the field, ended up in P2. He had that pace over just Jose, I feel, or Mr. JJX. So I reckon it will be G taking the win in this feature race. If he can get a good 40 lap in, then I can't see anyone getting past this man.
And
not
yourself,
only,
Kelly?
yeah, well, I was going to say, not only is just Jose managed to take the win, but he's also managed to put plenty of comments on our YouTube stream. So please do keep the comments coming. He does say that he does like us calling him JJ. So for the least confusion about his name, we'll call him JJ. I'm putting my money on him this one. I'm gonna go for JJ. Although knowing my luck, that will probably mean that G's going to win.
But I just want to make a comment here, guys. G has just done a lap time, and he's 5,000ths off Cobb's best. As Dwayne Pop's just gone faster. He's just done a 1:15.6, so it's tight at the top. Only 800 separating the top three. As Emo Guy improves as well, he goes into fourth place in only 3/10. The top 8 is only separated by a second. Wow. This is how tight this championship is.
Would you like an interesting fact just here at the moment, guys? The lap record here, which is Helio Castroneves in a Dallara D12 in 2017, did the fastest lap, the lap record of a 1:06.2. So just putting into consideration that these guys are doing 1:15s, and that obviously was done in a champ car, the record. They're getting on quite well, aren't they?
Fury just gets in the way of the only G.
Yeah, this is the thing now. We've said this before about Fury, and he's a great upcoming driver here. But one thing he does, when he's got people coming round behind him, he tries to move out of the way. And the best advice I can give to any driver: if you're stranded on the track and you're going slowly and somebody's coming, return to the pits, or you can't do that. Stay where you are. Allow the driver who's coming to try and avoid you. If you try and avoid them at the same time that they're trying to avoid you, it's only going to end like that.
Yeah, and we can see now.
With,
sorry, we're just going to say that G is just obviously that's messed with his head a little bit, and he's gone into turn one, and he's probably fuming in that cockpit right now. He looked like he was on a good lap time and probably improving, but G's just lost out because of Fury just misjudging what he was doing. But you really have to be cautious. The street circuits aren't the best circuits to get out of the way. Either wait it out until you've got a clear patch, or just return to the pits. It's easy as that. And I'm just looking at the comments. Nikki saying, Dan, who do you think will provide the best donuts? I have no idea. If I was on circuit, it would definitely be me. But
Krispy Kremes, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, even though I don't mind a Tesco's cheapy one. They're quite nice. But I would say
I think Morrison's are quite nice as well.
Yeah, Morrison's are quite nice, and you know those like when you go to like a campfire, or you go to like a festival or something like that, and you got those really like hot sugary donuts. They're like
fresh ones.
Oh yeah, those nice fresh ones. Oh, they're just beautiful.
I don't think anyone can beat a good old-fashioned Krispy Kremes. To be fair,
they
just make me feel sick after a while. Like I want to eat multiple, but they make me feel sick after a while.
Just keep going. Just better out than in, I say.
But if I were to pick someone for the best donut, it's probably X-Bar. He did a lovely donut a second ago. So
for those of you who need some context on what they're talking about with the donuts, Dan on Saturday night in the Formula Renault was leading the race by such a long way. He was about 40 seconds ahead. He actually pulled off onto the runoff area on the last lap, did some donuts, carried on, went round to win the race. The absolute arrogance from this man alongside me in the commentary box, off the scale, but brilliant at the same time. And
I mean,
hats off to you there.
Andy, you were saying you were bored, so I thought, well, I might as well get some entertainment. And then Champ was going on about don't do an Andy, and then you described to me what an Andy was. And as you saw at the end, I was trying to get my car to face the other way so I could reverse across the line, but it never happened in the end.
Okay, a couple of things I want to pick up from Daniel. Arrogance? No, surely not. Secondly, what was it? What do you mean winning? What? Sorry, what was Daniel?
G's just gone
winning?
fastest, 6/10 faster than anybody else.
And that was a fair lap to be fair, because he compromised his first corner on that lap because there was someone coming out of the pit, so he couldn't go right over to the right like you normally would. So not only was that a good lap, that was a good lap with a compromised turn one as well.
I've just seen in the comments Nicky Gibbs put, don't forget he crashed into me too, but all forgotten. And I'm still apologising for that, Nicky. I was trying to do a bit of drifting.
We haven't said about the stewards' inquiry though. You won the race by about 12 seconds in the end.
No.
The stewards were discussing that you should get a 15-second penalty for that crash with Nicky.
Stewards?
Yeah.
The stewards is me.
Yeah. No, the stewards were saying that you should get a 15-second penalty for crashing into an innocent bystander in Nicky.
I never said that. Ukbar's the other steward and Emo guy, and they'll back me up.
I'm just telling you what I've heard. Don't shoot the messenger, as they say.
Are you sure that's not prolapse?
Well, we digress anyway. The only G coming out of the last corner, he's let's see if he can improve his lap time here. 6/10 he's already got at the front. Looks like he can't. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe Team Prolapse were the ones who brought up that rumour. Possibly. We'll have to get clarification on that one.
Well, it's fair to say that everyone likes a good donut.
Who doesn't? But yeah. We're currently, I believe, at the end of. We got a minute left of the session, or is we towards the end of the session?
Got a couple. Got two.
So at the minute, these guys have got their last attempts to get out on circuit and produce their best lap times. But currently, Ioni G is on pole position with Duane Pop in second, and JJ, as we're now calling him, in third. Cobb in fourth, Emo Guy fifth, Rompu sixth, Swiftmaster in seventh, Fury eighth, Cinderella Tour ninth, Ukbar 10th. Zande is 11th, Xmar 12th, Amazing Pie Boy is 13th, Smoky Devil 14th, and DJ Phil rounds off the group as we've lost a driver. I'm not sure who we've lost. I think it's Leon Fernie who we've lost, but can anyone improve? There's DJ Phil, gives us a flash of lights, and I just want to give a massive support to this guy. He comes in and joins the session every single time. He is in every single lead, and he always finishes every single race. Mad respect for this guy. He's always out producing, driving, and he's getting better and better each time. So mad respect to DJ Phil.
He had a cracking good touring car race last night in race one, which me, Dan, and Andy were all in, and he had a fourth place, I believe, in the wet at Bruno last night. Am I right in that, boys? I'm sure that's correct, isn't it? DJ Phil, fourth last night.
I believe so. He did do fantastically in the touring cars. X-Mark gives him a little prolapse kiss as he comes past, but
and yeah, he did. Flash, I think that was a sorry flash, was it?
Probably.
I'm trying to work out that was more of a sorry flash than an angry flash and the likes there, wasn't it?
Probably. The prolapse boys are brilliant. They're always good fun, and they like to put on a good show. And Xmar is probably didn't mean that on purpose. He just gave him a light tap. But just seeing in the comments here, Nicky, one of the other prolapse drivers, says, Kelly, what driver impressed you the most in the sprint race?
Oh, good question. I like these questions. Don't you like to be put on the spot with these questions? That's great.
Nicky's doing a fantastic job. Come on, Nicky, keep sending them in.
Yeah, well, everyone who's watching the stream, feel free to comment, because we like the comments. We love the feedback. It gives us something to chat about as we are done, aren't we? Who's still to come over? Emo Guy got his internet sorted a little bit more, and a few others. Who impressed me most in the sprint race? To be fair, I halfway through the race, I thought G wasn't going anywhere. I didn't think he was coming up through. I got to say, JJ impressed me from the front, controlled the race, controlled his pace, was untouchable. So yeah, JJ I think was sprint race for me.
Yourself,
guys?
Andy?
For me, the most impressive driver was G, just for the way he came back through the field and managed to get himself ahead of Dwayne Bop at the end. He also finished in front of Cinderella Tour, so his two main championship rivals he overtook towards the end of the race, despite not having the easiest of starts. So I was incredibly impressed with G.
I would have to say either JJ or Cobb for me. Cobb did a fantastic job for his first ever race in the GT3s. Never really raced in Tier 1 before, and he's kind of thrown himself in there, so he's done a fantastic job. And he's currently going to be starting in 4th place, so Cobb has done brilliantly to throw himself into this challenge. But we've just come to the end of the qualifying session, and looks like no one's really going to improve their lap time. But it is the only G who will take pole position here at Long Beach with Dwayne Pop. And JJ, or just Jose, whatever you like to call him, will round off the top 3. But Cobb is in 4th, Emo Guy 5th, Rompu 6th, Cinderella Tour 7th, Xmar 8th, 9th is Spiffmaster, and it's too fast for me to go through the rest of the order. Fury 10th, Oakbar 11th, Mazer Pieboy 12th, Zande is 13th, Smokey Devil 14th, and DJ Phil is 15th. This is a 31 lap race here around Long Beach. The pit window opens on lap 10. And let's hear your predictions before the race start begins. I think I'm going to go with Dwayne Pop for this one.
Oh, yeah, I was going to do Dwayne Pop as well, to be honest. Hard to look beyond G, as we've said. If you're going to have Dwayne Pop, I'm going to have JJ. Come on, JJ.
I'm going to go for G, so we've got this one covered, boys. One of us is going to get this one.
Come on,
sure.
Cobb. Surprise us all, Cobb.
We need a Motive Racing Syndicate. Imagine the money you could spend on it then, Andy, if you won a lottery.
We got some more supporters here for. We got some more supporters here for Just
I would definitely
Jose.
still be enjoying the commentaries here at Motive. Don't worry about that. But I would certainly be spending my my time on other things as well.
What, like a yacht?
Like a yacht? Yeah, no, we'd be doing our streams from a yacht. We could all sit in the same. We could all sit on our yacht, do the streams together. Wouldn't need to do it from my homes anymore. It'd be sweet.
Yeah, from Monaco.
Sorry, boys. Just looking at the comments a minute. Just looking at the comments, we've got a couple of people supporting Just Jose. We've got others supporting the Only G. I think we have Victor supporting the Only G. I can't pronounce that name. I'm trying my best, but I'm going to say
Victor Alvarez.
No, the one above, Miguel. Is that Miguel?
Oh, Miguel Grandon.
That's the one. Is supporting Just Jose. Then we got Victor, who's supporting the Only G, and we got Pure Motorsports MA, who is supporting Xmar, who is a part of the Team Prolapse. But
is he? Nobody mentioned that.
Oh, look at all the rainbows.
Maze Gamer. That's Maze Gamer.
We are syncing up right now. So we've got BT Tiger also saying Xmar, but with the lights go on, the revs rise. Who is going to get the best start here at Long Beach? And away we go as the G pulls away from the start, and it looks like Emo Guy has a flying start.
Yeah, brilliant job there from Ian off the line. It looks like he's already attacking to the inside. He's got past Brady Bot on the inside. 3 wide coming into tail on, but G leads the field as they come onto the brakes here. It looks like Emo Guy is going to get up into P2 there. You see Just Jose has got 20 Bot looking to his outside coming into the fountain section. Just Jose trying to outside. It looks like there's a big crash there. Just Jose's involved.
Oh my God!
Oh, there's lots of cars getting involved there. Just Jose
All sorts of
was
chaos.
the catalyst of that one. G leads this one. Cobb second, Rompu third. Gets through that one. Just Jose drops down to 5th place. In the end, gets away a bit with that one, but Ian massively compromised there. He was up into 2nd place coming into the first corner. He's now down to P8. He's just behind DJ Phil at the moment. DJ Phil making a great start to this race, up into 7th place in that black Ford. It looks like we got Ugby in the background there trying to fend off Amazing Pieboy for 9th and 10th places. Zande trying to attack him line. It looks like he's having a little look on, but he's got Cinderella Tour also trying to get a position on him as well. Cinderella Tour has had a disastrous start to this race though. One of the championship contenders came into this round 2nd in the championship, and he's had a bit of a crash there with Zande. Zande's into the wall. Zande into the barriers there as he came through that middle section of the track, coming out onto the long straight towards Seaside Way. And it looks like Zande is now down to P14 here in this race. G leads the field just ahead of Cobb. Rompu giving Cobb a little bit of something to worry about here. Fury there up into 4th. Looks like just Jose running in P5 with Smokey just behind him. Then you got Emo Guy, Oakbar, and it looks like DJ Phil. They're still keeping tab for these guys at the moment.
I'm pretty sure seeing a Ford GT make love with another Ford GT, that was absolute chaos into turn 1. That was nuts. But yeah, all sorts of chaos going on right now. And right now, shocking me once again is Cobb. He's currently sat in 2nd place and really trying to stick with the Only G. But all sorts of chaos here at Long Beach on lap 1, and we still got 30 laps to go into the fountain, and Emo Guy just tags Ugbar. I think Just Jose is it, Emo Guy as well, and Cinderella Tour as well, but it seems we have lost a driver here at the minute already. But wow, there's someone put in the comments, Long Beach Derby, wreckfest and absolute carnage. It is for sure. We are in America, so it probably is a derby right now.
Yeah, you're quite right. That first corner incident before the roundabout there looked like a Ford GT scrapyard. It was stacked nice and high, so it has shook the field up, as you can see. Guys going forward and backwards. Battles all up and down the field at the moment. Keep watching. This is anybody's race because G hasn't got away. G's not got away up front. He's still. Yes, indeed. So this is still anybody's race.
Oh, Smoky Devil and Emo guys had an incident.
Just Jose and Smoky Devil coming together. Looks like they've had the back and Twaney Bop involved in that as well. Those three guys having a problem. It's allowed Swiftmeister and DJ Phil to get through into 9th and 10th. And we see a bit of a crash there between DJ Phil and Twaney as they come out of the last corner. But these guys just getting their elbows out a little bit, side by side here, down the pit straight, as we have currently got Twaney Bop trying to get past Phil there. Looks like he's got that move done. But not good for DJ Phil, Twaney, and just Jose. Swiftmeister also caught up in that as well.
I believe Twaney Pop was already caused in the accident of the first lap, and he was already dead last. He was the worst affected of that. But the only G doing what he does is currently leading out in front. And I think Cobbs and Rompu have had a spin. They've had contact, and Fury moves up into. Oh no, that's okay. Cobb has actually had a spin, and he's lost out to Fury and Rompu. I'm not sure if they've tagged. The cameraman was difficult to see around there, but the only G has pulled a 2.5 second, maybe more than on a gap of Rompu. But these guys all getting caught up, and it's allowing G to just run away right now. But all sorts of chaos going on here at Long Beach, guys.
Yes, indeed, Daniel. And as you say, only G's now got 2.7 seconds out in front. He is the boy, he is the man. He's just waiting for his £40 million contract from Mercedes-Benz, and he'll be away. I think he's pulled that gap, Mike, because of what happened to Cobb. We didn't quite see what happened, but he obviously lost it. It's gone backwards. I feel for DJ Phil. He's been up and down the order like a yo-yo. He started off at the back, was up to 7, now back to 12. Absolute chaos out there. There's part of me that wouldn't want to be out there, and there's part of me that really wants to be out there.
Just seeing in the comments there, Emo Guy, internet was all over the place too. I just removed myself before any more issues for the drivers. So Emo Guy was struggling with internet issues, being the sportsman that he is, and decided to remove himself from the race to make sure the rest of the guys can race clean and fair. What a fair thing for him to do.
I tip my hat to him. I don't know about you guys. It's the sensible thing to do.
It's hard. You want to keep racing, but if the internet's not playing game, then there's no point getting involved in causing accidents. You're just going to get more and more frustrated, and so will the drivers. So fair play to them. Reminders there. Someone put reminds me of the Tuscan Grand Prix restart.
Yeah, remember that.
Yeah, all sorts of chaos going on there. But Fury's granddad also goes and puts unlucky Emo. There was all sorts of cars here, there, and everywhere. The only difference is we didn't have the beautiful scene of Italy. We have the beautiful beaches of the US of A. As you see Exmar pushing Fury around that final corner. Ugbar just in front as well. These guys are all trying to recover. Fury's had an upset. He's suddenly dropped right off the pack. He was in second, if I was right. He's done a 1:26.1. Whatever's happened to Fury, he's dropped right back.
Obviously had a bit of an incident there somewhere that we've hadn't seen on camera. Just going back to Emo Guy doing the right thing, Ian doing the right thing, because
Ugbar's discovering position, and Ugbar and Exmar coming together there. It was Ugbar was way out of sync, and Exmar tried to squeeze through the gap coming into the fountain, and that's Ugbar round. It looks like Exmar has dropped back way further than Exmar did though. So Exmar has dropped back way further than Ugbar did, and Exmar now behind Swiftmeister. Exmar just unfortunate to get tagged along there. Ugbar's little incident.
Yes, indeed. Still anybody's race here. The action can change so quickly.
G's lost the lead. G's lost the lead. Lompu's leading.
What has he happened? He's obviously had some kind of incident on that lap there. I don't know whether he's gone into the wall. Maybe the tyres coming out onto that back straight. Because the last time I looked, G had about a 2-second lead over Rompu. But Rompu now in control of this race. This is a bit of a head scratcher.
I don't know if I'm going to talk anymore, because every time I start talking, something happens. You know, I turn around and say anything can happen, anyone can win this one. And then G has a spin or goes backwards. Who knows? It really is that tricky round here at Long Beach.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, non-stop action is pretty much uncompromising. There's never drama too far away. But he's Swiftmeister's got Exmar very close behind him. Exmar trying to cover after that collision with Ogbar we saw on the previous lap. He's now very, very, very close, but Cobb is also trying to turn back. Oh, we see Amazing Pie Boy there, sideways. Is that Amazing Pie Boy?
Has he caught it?
It was Amazing Pie Boy. Yeah, it was. Amazing Pie Boy got sideways.
Well,
so
cool.
he's down to 11.
Oh, he spun it around. I thought he caught it. That would have been a beautiful slide he caught. I think he's stopped. He's right against the wall. He's struggling right now.
Okay.
Is his internet playing up?
Or maybe just his hands are playing up. Who knows?
No,
he's all over the shop, isn't he?
That looks like internet to me.
Yeah, he is all over the shop. As we said earlier, Emo Guy dropped out just because of that internet problem. These guys who are racing here, they race like it's a proper race. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know the best way to put that. We all race because we want to be competitive, but we want to race.
Hit Spiffmaster.
Back of Spiffmaster. Yeah, he's tagged the rear end of him now. I think that's Spiffmaster. It's going a little bit slow now. It's not expected, but just a bit unfortunate there. Those guys as they came into the brakes. A lot of cars in a short space, and it looks like he's Spiffmaster down to P10 in that exchange there.
We've just lost Amazing Pie Boy. Amazing Pie Boy has dropped from the session. Looks like he's disconnected after a while, but looks like he's decided to have enough this evening just to save his internet as well.
Going down the inside of Smoky Devil into turn 1, and it looks like he's going to the wall there. Spiffmeister, he's just overshot the corner massively. Smoky Devil saw him coming, allowed him to just let nature run its course, but Spiffmeister down to P10. This race has gone from bad to worse for this man.
For so many people, as I was trying to say earlier, as they all kind of crash into the wall and whatever, these guys are taking it seriously. It's just that tricky in a car this powerful in a street track like this, when you're competing against 15, 18 other guys who want to win as well. But these guys do drive incredibly respectfully for the other people around them. Anybody who's listening and plays Project Cars, you know what it's like. You go out into the big wide world of the lobby, and there's so many muppets on there that just want to crash into you. When you come up beside them, they just want to push you into the wall. These guys are nothing like that, and if you want to get involved in this kind of sim racing, in fair but hard racing, then I'm going to do the corporate bit now. You need to go over to Motive Racing and get involved. One of the other guys is going to pick up all the details for me in just a moment.
Well, if you do want to get involved into our Discord, then head and have a look through there. And we also have a website, www.motiveracing.com. And like I said, have a look at our Facebook, have a look at our Instagram. Tag us into your Instagram as well. We'll share and show your photos as well of you racing. But at this minute, we're currently watching Yoni G hassling Rompu, fight for the lead right now. These guys are really pushing the limits right now. But yeah, if you want to be a part of the action, we have plenty of spaces available for all sorts of drivers. We have the GTEs, we have the touring cars, we have the Clios, we have for the GT3s. But there's all sorts of track action, and if you want to be a steward or a commentator, then please get involved. As we're watching Yoni G catching the back of Rompu, and they're heading towards turn 1. Down towards the outside goes the only G, and Rompu goes to the defensive line. Rompu will have a shallower line, but G has a better right exit out the corner. Rompu goes a little bit wide as they go into the fountain. It's all tight and twisty from here, and we're joined in the commentary box with Emo Guy. Emo Guy, sad to hear you just had to disconnect. What have you been noticing in the race? How difficult was it to drive in that horrible condition of connection?
Well, the car for me was, on my end, my own car was fine, but during the second race, there was quite a few jumps, cars being where they're not supposed to be, like, for instance, halfway through a wall.
Sorry, Rompu's just hit the wall, and the Leone G's caught right onto the back of him. Sorry to interrupt, but Leone G has got a great run on Rompu right now as they go into Firestone corner. Is G going to look down the inside? No, he doesn't. He holds off, but yeah, your car was handling very well, but your internet just did not want to play ball tonight, did it?
No, it really didn't. It's really sad because I've been really enjoying the GTs lately, especially after last week where I took my first GT win since season 1.
Yeah. Well, it's not just you who's been struggling with the internet, as we just see in the comments. Amazing Pie Boy, not my night, disconnected again, but good luck to the rest of the drivers as we're watching the ONG once again looking to make a move on the outside of Rompu. Rompu being very defensive, holding that tight line.
Oh,
G gets the switch. Gets the switch.
Brilliant from G. He can't quite get it done.
Rompu's there to defend and hold him back as they go through the fountain, and once again they go through the tight and twisty stuff, and he's just going to have to wait again. Will he try and make another move at Firestone Corner?
G going for his famous signature cutback manoeuvre there, and it almost came off for him. He was alongside Rompu, had to back out coming into the roundabout because he wasn't far enough alongside him. He couldn't go around the outside. Rompu parking his car on the inside. G is so much faster than Rompu at this stage in the race now, but he's got the cutback again. He's got the outside. Rompu's got the inside for Seaside Way. They're side by side into the corner. G looks like he gets a little bit wide into the entry of the corner. Can't get around Rompu for the time being. Rompu's still clinging on for this race lead by the skin of his teeth. We're only a third of the way into this race. The pit window does open on this lap, so does G pull the trigger and
look
try
who's
and
coming
jump
in the
Rompu
background.
in the pit stops.
Look who's catching up in the background. These two are doing 19s, and Cinderella Tour is doing 17s right now. He is catching these two at a rate of knots, and he's dragging Ugbar with him. Well, not quite, but
they're going side by side now down the first straight. As we go on board with G, this is a nice shot in it. You could almost lean in and touch that Ford in front of us as they go side by side into turn one. This is going to be interesting. Don't blink, don't go out and make a cup of tea right now, because it's into turn one. That's a tight angle from Rompu, but he still makes it stick. Where's G? Oh, he's beside him. G's got it done. Has he got it done?
Breezes through into the lead of the race. Brilliant job there from the only G.
And here comes
he
Cinderella
left
Tour.
the cards width on the inside. Rompu was very respectful there. You've got to say, well done to Rompu, because coming into turn one there, he could have easily tried to run G out wide or squeezed him up against the wall, but Rompu left G the space on the outside, and G didn't need asking twice, accepted the invitation to the party, and has now got the lead of the race to show for it. Lap 11 of 31 here. The only G, the championship leader, two-time champion of the GTE division here at Motive Racing, now finds himself with the ascendancy, but the Cinderella Tour is reeling these guys in. Now, are these guys going to continue battling it out and allow Cinderella Tour to join this battle, or is G now going to drive away from Rompu now he's got track position? That's the big question here. And the pit window is now open, so if Rompu or Cinderella Tour wants to pull the trigger, try and get the jump on G in the pits, they can do so.
He just clips the
It's up
wall.
to them.
He just clips the wall there, Rompu. He just makes that slight mistake, and he's just lost the drive to G, and he's now making himself vulnerable to Cinderella Tour. Cinderella Tour is absolutely flying. He's still doing 17s while the guys in front are doing 19s. So keep an eye out, Cinderella Tour, and we've got a lot of support here for G. As you see, Nicky goes to put. I think Andy's got this right. G is flying, as Victor says. Let's go, G. Beautiful racing and great sportsmanship from these guys. Absolutely brilliant to see. It's what we want to see, and we've currently had 26 people watching the stream, so if you haven't hit that like button, please do so.
Here he's in.
Yes, indeed. Have we still got Ian with us?
Yes.
Ian, what internet provider have you got?
Virgin.
Name and shape.
No, sorry, not Virgin, sorry, Sky.
Sky? Oh no, that's not good. So have I.
So have I. I think Andy's the only one with Virgin.
I'm with Virgin, and it's mine's fine. You know, it's funny because G's is all over the place pretty much every single night, but mine's been okay since you know what?
Yeah.
The first lockdown, my internet was absolutely horrible, and G's was fine, and now it's the other way around. Mine's completely sort of
G has a big
and,
slide. I just noticed Rompu's back in front.
Oh yeah, I was
He's got a
just
head,
going to say that,
we missed
yeah.
that. Yeah, he's managed to get
What
that
have we
position
been doing?
somewhere out there. But we haven't
We
been
were
attention
talking
boys.
internet, obviously.
We're watching Fury in the pits, and then suddenly Rompu's come out ahead of G. So presumably G's made a little mistake there. You see a 118.8 last lap from G. So it's more a case of Rompu just getting the hammer down. G not with a particularly slow lap, but Cinderella Tour's pace dropping off a little bit in third place now.
16-7.
Yeah, Rob,
He's
I just
quicker
seen
than
that.
Cinderella Tour.
Oh, looks like
Fury getting out of the way. Fury getting out of the way.
Good job.
The one thing I did notice about this track is that after roughly about 14 to 15 laps, is that the tyres, even though your indicators tell you that they're still more than fine, your car does get really, really slicky on the back end.
Looking at the state of your Ferrari after race one, Ian, I'm surprised it had the wheels on it.
Well, the main reason it was like that is because I believe there was a little bit of lag on the formation lap, and then next thing I remember, I was doing, I was doing front flips coming into the back end of the track.
and that's not how you want your Ferrari to perform, is it?
Not really, not unless it's rubber.
I'm interested to know, Emo Guy. Obviously, you started the race. I want to get your perspective on the first corner accident. Like, there's all sorts of chaos going on in there. What did you see from that?
Well, I did get a good start from what you probably saw. I was up very close to G, and I believe that since I tapped his back end a little bit.
Sorry,
So I
let's go by here. G looking to the outside, coming into turn one. Looks like we're side by side. Is he going to be able to get it out the long way here? Rompu is going to hold it on the inside line. G really fighting for that one. You saw he just had it goes in front of the corner. But nowhere to go. Cinderella Tour joining this action as well. And he tags the back of G there, almost runs into the back of his rear end. But they just about these guys keeping it clean. Sorry to cut you off there, and I'll let you carry on there, mate.
No, you're fine, but yeah, as like I was saying, I tapped the back end of G going into this first corner a little bit, so I had to slow down that wee bit extra, and I believe it was that lack of speed going into that corner that caused a little bit of an instant. But when I looked behind me to try and turn around, I saw it actually looked like Cinderella Tour was on top of Landy, then proceeded to try and climb over me.
So all sorts of chaos going on now, and I'm looking through the comments, and they're having a discussion about different internets. We've got all sorts of saying Virgin is the best. That sounds wrong for some reason. I'm not sure what that is. Fury's mum says we have Sky and it's fine. Fury's granddad talk and super fast here, and Maze Gamer goes to push. I have 4G. It works just fine.
I think we should just, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, just point out that there is lots of rubbish internet on the market. Other rubbish internets are available.
Yeah, G just looked like he tried to send a dummy on Rompu there, trying to force him to go for the defence when trying to switch on him, but he didn't work. So Rompu's starting to outsmart G a little bit, so G's running out of time. Rompu's starting to learn how G...
Yeah, Rompu's definitely started defending from G's first corner move. When G switches back, Rompu's got that one covered off now.
Look here, G's looking to go around the outside of this corner here, but I can't remember the name of this corner, but Rompu's made a mistake.
Here he goes. G's going to have to move the corner, but is he going to be able to hold it around the outside? Rompu's going to stick it on the inside still. Still side by side.
Watch Cinderella Tour, here he comes.
Oh, this is strong. Come in, three-way battle here. Cinderella Tour, nowhere to go. Rompu closes the door. Rompu's still holding it on the inside of G.
Into Firestone corner.
Be careful, folks. Come on.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
He's into the wall. Oh, Cinderella Tour whacks the tyre barriers, and that's Rompu still holding on to the lead there. But Cinderella Tour looked like he was going to be getting involved in that one, but he just got, I don't know if he got tagged or whether he went wide, as we see a bit of lag there between G and Cinderella Tour. But Rompu holding on to the lead of this race.
I think that was actually Rompu and Cinderella, because I'm almost sure I saw Rompu going over to the left to try and get the angle on the corner.
As you see a car exiting the pits, Smoky Devil choosing the wrong time to come out of the pits there. There's got Just Jose, or JJ also is in the pits as well, and they come into this fight here. But I agree with you, Ian. I think Rompu was just defending a little bit hard and wanted to get back onto the racing line and didn't realise that Cinderella Tour was that close to him, and they made contact. I genuinely thought Cinderella Tour was going to make that move around the outside, but he's clipped the wall and he's just lost tabs on these leading two. But great racing other than this.
Rompu seems to have some strange lines for defence. Very acute lines to defend him. I mean, it's working for him. He's in front. But the lines that he comes into the corner and makes the apex so incredibly difficult for himself. But is he doing it just to hold track position? It wouldn't be the way I'd be defending, but then I wouldn't be leading the race, to be fair. So,
and I'm just looking in the comments a minute, and they're loving it just as much as we do, as Rompu defending as heavily as he can, and G just taps the wall, and it looks like it might give a chance for Cinderella Tour. But you're just seeing in the comments, Nikki saying Andy's going to need a day off after this one, and Maze goes to put. I think Cinderella is optimistic with that move, but great racing nonetheless. But Rompu has managed to gap a little bit on G this time, so G can't really get close. As what's happened to Cinderella Tour?
He's in the pit.
Oh, he's coming in the pits, is he?
Yeah. As I said before, it's a very, very long pit lane here. So very long pit lane is painful when you're trundling down it at 37 miles per hour. But everyone's got to do it.
Well, that's the thing, though. Once that's the joy of having yours done and dusted, and then you can just go flying by, watching everybody else going at 37 miles an hour, saying bye.
And
it's very satisfying, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Nicky. That's a very kind compliment. I would take that as a big compliment there. Saying I'm Moses Murray Walker.
G's gone through. Well, what are you too busy?
He went into the tyre barrier.
Yeah, well, Andy was getting too big-headed. He just lost the moment where he could have seen the only G taking the lead from Rompu. Rompu making a slight mistake, going wide. Emo Guy noticed it as G does a flash of the lights. He's now back in front again, but currently right now, Andy, G's in the pits. That's the flash of the lights. He was indicating he's coming in, but Andy, at the minute, we're missing the leaderboard, so we can't see who's in what order right now. So if you can sort that out, please.
Oh, apologies.
There we go.
Back on the screen now. There we go.
Perfect.
So Rompu leads this race at the moment. Obviously, still yet to come in for his pit stop. G's been in. Also, Dwayne Bottas still yet to come in as well. He's dropped off of these both bits. So Cinderella Tour has been in for his stop. Looks like G should be. Well, we're expecting G to come out somewhere around Cinderella Tour, but we're not sure where. I assume he had to come out a little bit ahead of him as G comes into his pit box right at the end of the pit lane there.
I don't know, Andy. Cinderella Tour has got open air and has just been lapping as quickly as he can. He should pop out in front because G has been fighting hard. As G's done it easy.
Yeah,
he's got that done.
Cinderella Tour must have either changed tyres in the pit stop, or maybe he's just had a bit of a problem on these outlaps. Maybe he's tagged the wall or something. But Cinderella Tour now around 10 seconds behind G on the road. See G just coming through turn 1 there. There is Cinderella Tour just coming through that little sort of that bend, that flat out bend. It's basically a straight, but there's a big gap between those two now. Huge gap.
But the question is, where Rompu going to come out in respect to G? Because they're very close by the time the G went in.
35 seconds. The pit lane's pretty long here, so I reckon they're going to be pretty much tip for tap once the pit stops are done. And Rompu's and G are going to be so close. I feel Cinderella Tour though, because he was really in the thick of that battle. I don't know if he's going to have fresh tyres at the end. Maybe he did change tyres. I'll have to see, but I don't think he would be. The tyre change is 15 seconds, and he's only 10 seconds behind G. So I think Cinderella Tour has just had a bit of a mare on the outlaps.
I've noticed as well, Fury has retired from the race. He has pulled himself out and he's making some comments in here. He is moaning about his tyres. He just kept spinning out and had no grip. Victor says, will strategy play into this? And also Mays goes to put, I think the undercut won't work here. So Rompu has to put in some fast lap times if he wants to make sure he stays ahead of G. Because now G comes out, if he's all on his own, he should be pumping in some fast lap times.
Yeah, we'll wait to map up on the right side of the screen. That's all, Andy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Not only is Andy like the.
It's fun.
Oh, G's
gone round.
Has he lost it?
Yes, he has.
Did he get it going again? I think he has lost it. We can't see where he is. Let's ride on board and see what he's doing. He's in the wall. The only G. It looks like his quest for the race win could have gone up in smoke here. He's 42 seconds off of the race leader Rompu now. He's only got Cinderella Tour 3 seconds behind him. Is G gonna live to rue that mistake coming into the fountain? Rompu now has a huge lead at the front and potentially could be about to take the race win here in the feature race. 12 laps left to go here in Los Angeles, here in Long Beach.
I don't know about you guys. I don't know about you guys. If I was Rompu, I'd get in right now. As you just seen the only G make that mistake. Didn't you agree, Kelly, that I think Rompu should just get that opportunity to come in, pit, and get it out of the way?
I suppose it depends if Rompu's listening to our feed or not, because he won't have known that the G has spun unless he was listening to us.
Majority of the drivers do tend to have the stream running next to them so they can see what's going on. So if Rompu is listening, he'd probably be thinking about having a pit now. But if that was me, I'd be in now.
He might be saying, Daniel, you have no idea what you're talking about, mightn't he?
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, he could be. He could well be.
The one person I'm very surprised at is Just Jose, because he is down in 10th place right now.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ian. I mean, he was epic in the first race, but doesn't seem to have the pace in the second, does he?
No.
JJX has certainly smashed that Ferrari up. It looks like one that you would have driven, Ian.
Yeah, but man had a better livery.
Only a little bit.
Rompu stays out for another lap, so he's staying in the 16. So the longer he goes, the more chances G can bring that gap back down. But after that little
he's obviously not going to take tips from the Tier 2 Clio runner-up, isn't he?
Yeah, very true. Yeah. Right, 20 blocks then.
I mean, I am a LMP2 champion, so I know how to drive a high downforce car.
That's old news, so we don't run those anymore.
I don't think even they produce.
Championship is.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
even
never
think they
had that.
produce LMP2 anymore. I don't think they make the cars anymore, do they?
I don't think so. No.
LMP2. 2. I mean, 2's like first loser, isn't it? Number 2, so it's not even the top end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You certainly don't run them on the roof either.
I've just been sitting here thinking, no, guys, seriously, just sitting here thinking, Rompu. Oh no, don't matter. Duane Pop's coming out of the pit. I was going to say, Duane Pop was roughly near G in Cinderella Tour. He was starting to bring the gap down. So I thought he was going to be near that gap, but obviously it hasn't quite found out the way he wanted to. But Rompu currently at the minute still pulling away at this stage as the only G is stuck in traffic. But
G's doing his fastest first sector of the race so far though. He knows he's got to get on it if he wants to have any chance of getting this win off of Rompu. You see there the Ferrari moving well out of the way, the lap car there.
It's very frustrating when you get stuck behind a back marker at that roundabout, then through the next 2 corners, because there's nowhere for them to go. Oh,
yeah, it is. And that's
just Jose again.
Yeah, tagging that tyre barrier, as we said before. The tyre walls seem to come out of nowhere around this track. But G and Simplina, he's 43 seconds behind Rompu. Though the gap's gone from 42 to 43, and it is sort of ebbing and flowing. So G's currently closing up onto the back of Spliffmeister, sat in P2. Spliffmeister's still got to come in for a pit stop, we believe. As far as I know.
Yeah.
So, and G's lapping a second lap faster. G will hope that he can get past Spliffmeister as soon as he can. We know a pit stop here at Long Beach is around 35 seconds. G has got 10 laps to gain around 8 or 9 seconds on Rompu, and at the rate that we've seen Rompu going, I can't see G overhauling Rompu unless Rompu makes a mistake. I feel like G's fate is very much in Rompu's hands at this point. G would have to pull off some absolute worldy lap times in order to get this win on merit. As we see the gap coming down, and Rompu's coming into the pits, so that's why he's making his mandatory pit stop here with 10 laps to go, covering G off, trying to see where he is, what the state of play is as soon as possible. I reckon he'll come out around 9 or 10 seconds clear of G. But we'll have to see in a few moments' time as this crew just services his car now.
Well, keeping it there, but still keeping an eye on the map from moving. This must feel like an eternity for him right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and G is probably squeezing that, he's probably dented the floor pan on that Ford, he's pushing that accelerator so incredibly hard. Andy, there we go, Rompu's just coming out of the pit.
Jesus,
G. Oh,
no!
Where's Ukbar?
Akbar, he's only just there. He's just come behind him.
Oh my god. What were you saying there, Kelly?
Don't matter. Doesn't matter because G's turned it round. I was going to say don't ever count G out. He's like the miracle boy. And then
there you go. You cursed him.
Yeah, I
back to our own cursing
I
ways.
cursed him before I even opened my mouth this time.
Right.
Just going back to what you were saying.
This race has gone horribly wrong for G though, because now he's got Cinderella Tour in front of him. Sorry, and I'll let you go.
I was just going back to what Kelly was saying about pushing the foot pedal down to the ground. Is that in the reference to the harder you push the button, the more attack or damage you do?
Well, I wouldn't like to comment any further on that.
I don't blame you.
I tell you what though, I have spent some time as we actually now go on board, which is great. But I've actually sat here and found myself giving it some of the phantom brake pedal when I think I should be braking, and I'm not braking late enough, I think.
Wow, we're just looking in the comments here. Amazing Piebald comes on to the comments and says, go on Ukbar. Ukbar trying to bring that gap down to the Uni G. I think the Uni G is just pushing it a little bit too hard. He just needs to calm down a little bit. We've also got Nikki in the comments saying, come on Exmar. There's some pro laps in there. And Victor, no, it went from hopes, maybe nopes. Come on G, keep digging. But it's going to be a long feat for G now. We've got onto lap 23 and Rompu's onto lap 24 and he's got a 9-second gap to Cinderella Tour and a 15-second gap to the Uni G if Swiftmaster is in at pits at this precise moment.
Ukbar's got his hands really full here with Duane Bot. Duane Bot last time around gave another half a second on him, so Flying Dutchman's going to really have his work cut out if he wants to hold on to this 4th place. As you say, Swiftmeister in, so they're all up in position. But Cinderella Tour finds himself now in P2 ahead of G with G's little spin there on a couple of laps to go. The gap between these two, 2nd and 3rd, currently 5 seconds, and we know these two are the top 2 in the championship standings coming into this round, so it's crucial for G that if he wants to keep that buffer that he's got at the top of the standings, he needs to get ahead of Duane Bot before the end of this race. Sorry, Cinderella Tour even, I do apologise. So, Cinderella Tour currently in a fantastic position here in this race.
You were certainly beginning to sound like Murray Walker, Andy.
Maybe, little Murrayisms.
Little Murray, well, getting it wrong. You're talking about the wrong driver. That was very much a Murrayism, and I think that's a lovely compliment. Although I think you go up about 6 or 7 more octaves when the action's good than Murray Walker ever did. But I thought you were playing the Ted Kravitz role tonight.
He's turned into the Crofty role again. I'm back to Martin Brundle, and you're Ted Kravitz now.
It's a bit like that, so I'm just going to go put my shorts on and walk aimlessly around the venue.
Yeah, tell us what the pit lane's like. You know, tell us like how obviously they don't have pit garages here at Long Beach. They have to jump over a wall.
Every single time we talk to you, we're going to have to interrupt you with some action.
Yeah,
so start talking.
That's definitely Ted Kravitz style.
Sorry, Kelly, we've just got something going on here.
Yeah, it's a bit like that for Ted Kravitz, and that's probably what's going to happen right about now as Dwayne Pop is right on the back of Ugbar, so you probably are going to interrupt me as it goes closer. You ain't going to get round there, my friend. You ain't going to do it there, but you might do it on the next one.
It's really close to him.
Coming out of the corner.
Yeah, it's got a nice run. Someone lost a spoiler.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, there he goes.
Dwayne's up the inside there. Ugbar getting wide, getting well out of shape. Dwayne up into P4, 6 seconds behind the only G. I don't think he's going to be able to close in on G unless G has some kind of capitulation at the end of this race. But Dwayne getting what he needed to do there, and Ugbar, I think, you do well to keep with him in these last few laps. But I think that was just that was a matter of when rather than if. Because Dwayne had so much pace over the Flying Dutchman there, and he's got the P4 to show for it now. And he'll be wanting to make sure that he can keep the point standings. This is why I was thinking of Dwayne Bop earlier on, because Dwayne and Cinderella Tour, both the chief contenders to G in the championship. Obviously Cinderella Tour came into this second in the championship to G, Dwayne in third. So Dwayne is going to be losing points to both of these two in this race as it stands. He'll be wanting to make sure he can stay in that P4 and minimise the point swing towards the other two in the championship standings. So we see their lap car getting well out of the way. That would appear to be Cobb moving out of the way. So it's the feature race hasn't really gone how we expected it. He showed so much potential over the course of this race, but it has not really come to fruition for him. Dwayne Bop there will be pretty happy with how it's gone, obviously, in the later stages of the race. It could have gone much better for him. He definitely had the speed to be up there with Cinderella Tour and G, but he won't lose too many points on them. Obviously, Cinderella Tour pick up 30, G27 and Dwayne 25 so
it's not over yet, Andy. It's still not over yet. As I'm looking at the times, and G was currently the fastest man of the last lap. He was near enough 8/10 faster than anybody else. So G putting in the work. As I've seen in the comments, got a couple of people putting in for their predictions. As Maze thinks of Cinderella, I don't trust the Rompu's consistency, so he's telling Cinderella, come on, get on it, and make sure that you put pressure on him. But Cinderella had an awful lap, that lap doing an 18.0. We've got a couple others saying, come on, Flying Dutchman. JR supporting Ugbar, and Victor says, my predictions are like to see G take it, but maybe Rompu or Cinderella. What about yours? What are your predictions, guys? Let's see what you think. Out of you three, who's going to take this win?
Rompu. I said from the beginning, didn't I? I'm sure I said Rompu.
No, you didn't.
Oh no, maybe I did. Maybe I did. Maybe I said JJ. I just want to apologise to JJX. Because I obviously cursed you. You were going so well in the first one, now down in 8th. It's going to be G's left it. G's right on the back. No, he's in front. He's in front. He's got in front of Cinderella Tour now. We didn't see that. It was off camera. But G's back in the lead. He got 12 seconds to make back. Unless Rompu drops it, I can't see that G's going to make 12 seconds back, however quick he is. We know he's the miracle boy, but... Rompu, I don't want to curse you. If you're listening to us, just keep your head down, keep it smooth, and you've got plenty of time, so don't go and cock it up.
Language.
Sorry.
Well, G just did a 59.
The mention of words such as cock or balls or anything like that, so apologies for that one. G the fastest man out on track at this stage in the race. We know he could have taken the win. It was more than a match for Rompu, but Rompu has just got to bear the rubber the green in this one. He's kept himself out of trouble, to be fair. And none of us even thought of Rompu or even considered him as a look-in for this race. So he's done a spectacular job here in this feature race. He's just driven his own race. He really did have a great battle with G, and G, to be fair, was closing in and actually got ahead of him briefly, but Rompu never gave up, stuck to the back of him, and his perseverance has really shone through. And with just over 3 laps left to go, he's looking very good for this one. I don't want to put the curse on him just yet, because there is still a little way left to go in this race, but what a drive from Rompu, and is a dark horse in this one. Not even a dark horse, we haven't really even discussed him as a potential winner for this one, but what a drive.
I think what you were saying there is pretty much reminds me of you last night during the touring cars.
What was that, Ian?
What Andy was just saying there about not giving up and everything during the race, it pretty much reminds me of what Andy was like last night when he was trying to catch up to me.
Well, yesterday night was an interesting race here. To be fair, I always thought I was on for it, because the gap was always at around 2 or 3 seconds, and you were sort of in a battle ahead of me, and I dropped off early on in the race, but I never really thought I was out of it. All the time I knew that you were going to be the man to beat, because I knew you were technically the race leader throughout the whole race.
Yeah, I kind of got in the way as well.
You were always on my radar.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was on your radar necessarily, but from my position where I was sat, you were always on my radar. And the last couple of laps, I really thought I've just got to go hell for leather and really throw caution to the wind. And I got lucky. Obviously, you went a bit wide coming through turn 4. Bruno last night in the touring cars.
It was an interesting.
Yeah, I did find that they were really going off towards the end. It was they were on a nice
Really?
section. They were.
Yeah, really. They weren't all that cracking at the start. It was interesting that be quite a rare occurrence that all 4 of us were in that race, the touring car races last night. Although I didn't feel like I was in the race at all, to be fair, with another pit stop muck up. It's. But all 4 of us were in that one, so I didn't see much of you guys.
Yeah, I didn't ready up, that's why. But anyway, back to GTE. We've got kind of gone off traffic here, but we've got to focus on the GTE tonight, boys. And just looking through the comments, as Maze goes and put, damn, I've cursed Cinderella, and Cinderella's lost out. JR's gone and put, it's never easy beating G in any class, so Rompu should be proud of this moment. And yes, he definitely should. G is quick in everything, so once you beat him once, you should really be proud of that moment. Nicky goes and put, I think G has produced some pro laps. And Rob has gone and put, Duane Pop, take the blindfold off, come on lad, crack on. And Nicky once again says, Xmar just not having a good one tonight.
I just want to make the point, Duane's got up onto the podium, Cinderella Tour's going backwards here at the end of this race.
Well, that blindfold has definitely come off. That blindfold has definitely come off, and he's put his foot down, so maybe if anything happens to the leaders, he might be in an opportunity to catch him, but G is not making enough time. He's only 10 seconds back, but Rompu currently is about to go and start his final lap as he starts here at Long Beach. A fantastic race here we've had tonight in the beautiful lights of Long Beach, but Rompu starting his final lap here, and he goes into turn 1. G hounding him all the way to the end, and Duane Pop and Cinderella all being there, but little mistakes have caught them out. But it's just been an epic night here of racing, and the GTE is getting better and better each night. I'm just currently watching Cinderella Tour trying to catch on to the back of Duane Pop. But guys, what an awesome night of racing we've had here this evening.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this one, and Rompu and G had some great battles throughout this one. Duane Pop's never given up, despite the difficulties he's had during this race. Disappointing to see just Jose not backing up the race that he had in the sprint, but what a performance from him in that sprint race. Really drove brilliantly. Cobbs had flashes of brilliance, but this feature race has not gone to plan for him. I'm sure that he will build on this debut here in the GTEs that we've seen this week, but it's all about this man Rompu. Dan, I'm going to let you take us through the final few corners here.
Yeah, here we go. Rompu coming through the final corners and taking the final exit here at Long Beach. Rompu, a fantastic drive here tonight. Defeats the only G, fair and square, on strategy, waves across the straight line. Rompu takes the race win, the feature win here at Long Beach. Brilliant drive from him, and well deserved. As we also look to the only G, he will be coming home in second place. What could have been? He had a tough race, but Rompu beat him fair and square this evening, and he crosses the line in second. And Duane Pop, I think, is just having a little issue. No, Duane Pop will come home in third place, but Cinderella Tour is close behind. These two losing points out to the only G, but a fantastic race from these guys. Ukbar will round off 5th, Xmar in 6th, Smithmaster in 7th, Just Jose in 8th, Cobb in 9th, DJ Phil in 10th. Once again, DJ Phil completing the order. But what a brilliant night's racing we have here tonight. It's been awesome sharing the commentary box with Kelly Davis and Andy as well, and Emo Guy coming in the end there. But guys, awesome night's racing, and I am looking forward to round 4, which will be Simona Raceway.
Ooh, I like Simona. Simona's good fun.
Simona's really interesting. In the desert as well, it's going to be hot.
Nice.
So, but that's what she wrote. We have taken 2 different winners here tonight. Just Jose takes the first win, and Rompu will take the second win. We haven't had the only G win, which is a shock. But guys, any last words from you?
Great night's racing. Respect to all the guys who raced this evening. And no doubt Andy or Daniel will run you through the how to get involved in this. I've only been involved in it for I've been gaming for a long time, but only been involved in this kind of thing for the last few weeks. If you want to get involved, guys, go over to Motive Racing. As I said, great night's action. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you all you guys in the commentary box. I believe I'm back with Matt tomorrow night for Clio's. Is that right?
That is correct. You'll be commentating on the Clio's, and we'll just round this off with Andy. Andy, brilliant night for yourself. Did you enjoy
fantastic. I really enjoyed that race, and massive congratulations to Rompu for taking a well-deserved win in the end, over 11 seconds clear. But Dan, I think we need to let the viewers know how they can get themselves out on the track if they wish to become one of these guys on the YouTube channel here at Motive Racing.
Well passed, Andy.
Well, very well passed. If you want to get involved, then please head over to our website, www.motive.com, or have a look at our Discord and have a look at our Facebook and Instagram. There's plenty of stuff to get involved in, plenty of categories, F1, ACC and Project Cars. So please head over to the website, head over to the Discord and sign up and get involved. But from me tonight, from Andy and from Kelly, it's a good night here at Long Beach, and we'll see you at Simona.
Good night.
Good night, thank you.
That's some of the most fun I've ever had in the commentary box, boys. That
25 likes.
That was amazing.
I was going to say, Andy, I'm glad you said in the commentary box, because it's after the most fun you've ever had. That'd be crazy. But no, that was good. That's really good.
It was really enjoyable. You know, we kind of just all linked up brilliantly there. We were doing our own. We all had our own role, but I was sort of doing action. Kelly was talking about general racing stuff and relevant stuff. It was all relevant, and Dan was sort of leading, was sort of stringing us all together. It was the guy.
I think we started tripping over each other. I think we started tripping over each other when Emo Guy came in, but that's it's just one too many people. Yeah, I think I was trying to avoid getting Emo Guy in here because it was already like 3 of us. I think we started to get into a rhythm. Like at the start, it was like but we got into the rhythm. Unlucky G.
Hello,
man.
G. I think.
Yeah.
I think maybe in the future, if we did 3 together, I don't know, maybe even take it in turns or even follow each other. You know.
I think towards the end we got into the flow. We started getting into it, and then, like I said, Emo Guy jumped in, and it was a bit like
Yeah, I mean, we almost want, if you're going to have a race driver come in like that, you almost want to come in, have half a minute of dialogue, and then out. Do you know what I mean? A bit like like Formula One would do, where you'd have a little bit of a driver interview, and then because I think 4 was too many. But there was some good flow in that.
What we needed is we needed Ian to talk. We needed Ian to talk when we spoke to him. Like we could have used him as a pundit, but we didn't need him.
We didn't need him.
If he's talking voluntarily, then it kind of just makes it a little bit tricky.
We didn't need him. Yeah, we didn't need him. Yeah. But I think it worked awesomely. Like I said, at the start, it was a bit sluggish, and I could tell Andy was like, "Oh my god, I'm not hosting. Like, what the hell? Like, what?"
I think Andy. I mean, as I said, I'm new to this, whatever. But I think you're quite used to Andy to commentating on your own, aren't you? Because yeah, you know, and I don't know how often you share. I know you've shared with Matt in the past and whatever. But yeah, you know, I mean, you do a cracking job. Don't get me wrong, really informative, and you keep up with the action and don't get flustered, and it's really good. But sometimes you can tell that you're used to commentating on your own. You know.
Yeah,
you kind of lose that.
For the first sort of
you kind of lose that human element. You know, you kind of miss that. You're so focused on giving all the information out that you kind of lose track that you're doing a stream with it as such. Do you know what I mean? Do you get what I mean?
I mean, it's
as the race goes on, I try and kind of blend in a little bit more and start.
It's difficult, isn't it? I mean, we're all well, as far as this is concerned, we're all amateurs. I mean, I've got a background of talking in public, but we're all amateurs to this, and we all watch enough motorsport. We know how it works. It's just getting that balance, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And you know, Crofty and Brundle and all those, they do this for a living, for God's sake, and they know exactly what they're doing, and they're in the same box together. You know, I do believe that, you know, Crofty and Martin do kind of nudge each other when if they feel that they kind of nudge each other, tap each other on the shoulder. You know, as kind of silent markers, like, you know, which you know, we're spread out all over the country. We can't do that, can we?
No, that's it, because we can't see each other. We don't know when the other's about to talk or.
No. So all that being equal, all that being said, I don't think it's at all bad. Do you?
I think we've done an awesome job tonight. I think that was fucking brilliant. Amazing Pie Boy disconnected. Emo, Leon Fernie left. Leon Fernie, yeah, they left.
I think
Fury left.
Fury left because he couldn't drive. I didn't actually mean it. I did that. Yeah.
You were on a hot lap, weren't you? I think. Yeah, like the worst one we saw live on stream as well was when you were on a hot lap in qualifying, and then he just drives out, and I bet that was a quick lap as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
Your quickest lap, G. Your quickest qualifying lap. That was the one where you were compromised into turn one, wasn't it? Someone was coming out the pits. Yeah. It's a good lap that was.
Yeah, it's just a shame that you just did not have the luck tonight, but we did have two different winners tonight, which was nice. Just Jose won, and Rompu gave you a fair fight, man. He defended hard.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, we caught the majority of it. It was awesome.
We could see that with some of your spins. Yeah.
I think we got. Yeah, it's all championships, not just this one. Like we had neck end of a full grid.
Love.
We had a neck end of a full. Well, it's just drab, isn't it? Like people are dropping out, and we're down to 10 cars. Well, Formula Renault was down to 8 cars at the end, neck end of 7. Like, and Andy was bored out of his fucking mind.
Yeah. See, I agree with what you're saying. I mean, I cocked up royally last night and was over a lap down, 3 pit stops and over a lap down, and I could have quite easily said, right, that's it, and just quit, you know. But you should never quit because you don't know what's going to happen. But I just didn't think it was good for the show.
No,
you know?
It's not. But the problem is, most of these people just come in and think for themselves. They don't think it's a show. They just think for themselves.
Of course they do. Yeah.
But
of course they do.
I did have an idea, and I don't know if G or Andy are up for it. But like for the Formula Renaults, obviously the cars are so difficult to drive. Is it worth opening up traction control for the drivers? So at the minute it's turned up. Is it?
Oh man, that is brilliant. That is a fantastic meme, that one. Dan Kelly, Andy, commentary at his best. I could literally imagine that being us. I could literally imagine that being us in the stream. I can imagine us being sat there like that during the stream. That's
Memes.
brilliant.
What was that, Andy?
Go into
sorry,
memes.
what were you on about?
Check the general chat section, Kelly. You'll be able to see
on
general
Discord.
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, I'm still looking at YouTube.
that will be us during the race.
What is it? General chat?
It's boxing commentary, but like that will be us in the race.
Who did that? Nikki. Nikki comes up with the best ones, I swear. That is right.
Actually,
That is about right.
That's not bad, because I am bold.
Andy's the one still commentating and losing his shit. Dad's like, what the fuck's just happened? And there's me just like panicking.
Brilliant, that's brilliant.
This is you guys comment. You two are commentating on something else, and I'm like, fuck's sake, we need to be talking about GTEs, not fucking touring cars.
We can talk about touring cars anytime.
I do worry sometimes. I think like, oh, this could go the wrong way. No, come on, they've got to stay on GTEs. Come on, it's this show, their show, not ours.
Well, yeah, but you need a little bit of variety.
Yeah, I know.
You do. You know what it does? It kind of ties everything together. When you're talking about the other races at Motive, it actually sort of brings people's attention to the fact that we don't just do what we've got in front of us at that time. You know,
Yeah,
By the way,
absolutely.
We've got 26 likes on that video.
Whole thing we got going. 26 likes, that's banging.
And I think we neck end have got to 30 people watching at once. Oh shit, I'm still broadcasting.
So,
Stop broadcasting.